ya, my dear, who say, Cossi, Jerry Cossi. We just wanna get it, we don't wanna trouble. Munya ya, Kayadana, scientific, ya, share, Kofi Jama. Aquadaria was sending mammy, young crowd, any Indian share, singing a lie. And I deep for sharing a Hong Kong said, Kumasi dream music or the Beko heaven. Or Beko heaven, a crack or two, ya, my dear. Ubonsi rumor tune for at Yasifona and penny for doing a no missy. Clap for Kofi Jama. Yeah.
Let's do this. When I come with the sauce, with Jana, my soul. Make it ball till we fall. Make it ball till we fall. When I come with the sauce, with Jana, my soul. The swag, that shit. I mean, you can fly on my chip and see that. We just wanna get it, we don't want no trouble. Munya kaya dance for ya tifu ya we just wanna get it, we don't want no trouble. Munya kaya dance for ya tifu.
My brother, move to the top, we harder. We the grind out there. Yep, I said get it bigger all night long. Get it, all night long. Yeah. Joe, boys and trip, boys and tip. Pulling in the Benz on yeah, we did it. My man from me, I don't think. Since I came, class, I'm dig it. Yeah, one thing. But they can take a gang, we pulling with dig it. All and 4 until say bomb by my bro. Boys and trip, boys and tip. Pulling in the Benz on yeah, we did it. My man from me, I don't think. Since I came, class, I'm dig it. Yeah, one thing. But they can take a gang, we pulling with dig it. All and 4 until say bomb by my bro.
We just wanna get it, we don't want no trouble. Munya kaya dance for ya tifu ya we just wanna get it, we don't want no trouble. Munya kaya dance for ya tifu.
It go on rough. Street in Achama get to need the beef for a failure. Says I said, yes, I know about whom or didn't cost because went to me and read ya. Your friend is a cost will priest here. My guy from off and a could test here. We paid for attention, but Mujina tease me. One a bit to me and Lydia. We've been doing this best for a while. Once I come and rap a foul, with man so panty a pressure by foul. Fans are supporting me money how. So when you mean some idea to any, I saw brother made the men's how when a time of Vienna, Miss Wama could be. We are going to when if you come in. Inside, outside, a castle. No show me air force crew move, but so many so tussle. Still with the hustle. Second income in my brommy was my G Fatima Bajama Yana Kama. The Pocoya to Twanya Shawama, Modia Sama no mean I shall come. I'm a pescada be a minute time.
We just wanna get it, we don't want no trouble. Munya kaya dance for ya tifu we just wanna get it, we don't want no trouble. Munya kaya dance for ya tifu.
Bema misuni mbia kwa bwana mchoji bo. Siabontine beshe di bada brastu. Inside, outside, ay. Outside, one side, ay. Inside, outside, ay. One side, ay. Bema misuni mbia kwa bwana mchoji bo. Siabontine beshe di bada brastu. Inside, outside, ay. One side, ay. Inside, outside, ay. One side, yeah.
I was a former ma obibia good afternoon, and I say good evening, and I say good morning. But bia will be a shemi bia. Mema wakwaba ebaso. Ewo koso ejumedie ID ewo OBGH series. Educative, informative, and an interactive program na yedini waha every Sunday. Bia Sunday US time, no. So normally you did 12 o'clock, about 12 o'clock waha, and I na ya shasi but then your special guest be you didn't buy a program ne so because of Ghana who don't your special guest in the basun tina ne ya shasi 1 o'clock no and untino so waha and I say unya program ibia na sɛ wopɛ sɛ obi ba so eba betie bi anaasɛ ɔbɛyɛ contribution in terms of sɛ bi a nipa korɔ no ebe sende messages di aba anaasɛ ɔbɛfrɛ phone line so yɛbie tu mu a wo ho kwan sɛ wobɛtumi ahyɛ sɛ dwumadie no ɛtɔ asomu ma wanko ade a because enye obia na dwumadie no ebia wobɛbɛhwɛ a ohu sɛ adwumadie a yɛdi ɛtɔ asomu de ma wo ɛnɛ mewo Mr. Kofi Koranteng ewa ha Mr. Kofi Koranteng me introduce no de akyerɛ ye friend is metiefo a mohwɛ me onye nipa bi a sabi sɛ oye obi a Ghana politics da wakoma so a ensese Mr. Kofi Koranteng nipa bi a bɛka kyem sɛ wonimu no ɛno nti me introduce no de naba last week yantumi ma program no yantumi ameye program no esan sɛ last week no bibi eba bebo mu na ne nyina ensawoso a ne ye try say ye de Mr. Kofi Koranteng ebeba be kan ho na because of Ghana nti Ghana ho do eda yakoma so ne da ono nso akoma so nti no eno nti na ye ntimi amfa ama ne yenya no ewo fie ha ye be ma no abaso na ye ne di nkomo ene ye ne be di nkomo ene obechechere nsemu e de akere ene oba be ma inside out of the economy in Ghana political arena na ewo Ghana no because oye aspirant candidate opese ogina emieto abama no no obeye president ewo Ghana eno nti no obi a ye beto abama no anase ogina de or in-depth knowledge about Ghana economy no ene nyoma ekoso in fact oko as your friend is saying independent candidate ena obeko as independent candidate ena obeko eno ti no meka se monye aso na momfantie munya ani na momfa enhwe enene na afesu so momfa mo comment mra me ready as time goes on no me panel no beba be kamensa ewo ahanomo omo nyina so ye wo question ba ko mienu bi a ebia ye bebusa no eno ti wa bra me nsemre no moma me mfa ne mra so na me introduce ni sisia because I think say enkrofo can't wait to welcome Mr. Kofi Koranteng ewo OBGH page so Mr. Koranteng me mo akwaba
yes so Obi who Obin answer kran me bisa na merekese Obi ye oberema ba what you say inti ato so pepe se wo ye oberema ba nti Obi ye da se ne wanya bre amayen ne Ghana food na we invite yen aba we free kesi so wone wa pamfu na ne wa hwefo ne wa wutie wu na so yeda masese ne mwanya bre amayen
yeda sese wagimre because enye obi na sometimes your friend na oba ede ninim de ebeta edwumadie we achi as a matter of fact no meka say we are one of the person I may extend the invite to you no and check na respond there and for me no I see say we obia in fact we are focused on whatever avenue our person will take it because you have the message that our person getting it out regardless of either say a nipa no so ye ketu anakese na em say who receive obia ewo ne kwan so ene said yes me my time's up so thank you very much
absolutely so adwuma na nya ode adwuma na ye Ghana for de nti wuntumi nka say you can't pick and choose ne a wona ne kasa ezo obia ye Ghana ho de asem de ese wuji na wusutie.
All right. Now that is good anyway. Mr. Kofi, ubeka bibi kakra e dia fa wo ho. Ese say tiefuo ehunu enipa Mr. Kofi Koranteng eye. In fact, Ghana fo ehunu enipa Mr. Kofi Koranteng eye. O background and saying me ba choka bibi kakra fa ho ansa ya shit.
Yo, Obi mpacho nkrofo text me say we here link Facebook link ana wo link na what they ti fact send me na me fan send ebinum why Mr.
Send you a private message na what they
mpacho me da say you nti Obi netene say wo me wo Nkran Kolibu Teaching Hospital na me ko school wo me men ne minuanom me young siblings near 4 me were 3 older sisters many last born nti na wo yen wo Kolebu no me ko school Agri Memorial International School wo Ebeng Broadcasting ho kakra Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Na me ko University Primary wo Cape Coast, na me ko Garrison Primary wo Kumasi, na me ko Adisado College wo Cape Coast bio, na me ko London school kakra wo London, na me ko New York. Nti for most of my adult life, most of my life in New York na matana. Now my background here in finance and engineering. Me am for the most part, and so me and my major in finance. Long. And sana yeah church programs be break Ghana government under NDC and the MPP say wonye sikap sembi enim na wonfa ensure man no man nkonenim inti na at the last part of my life no so my bear advocate adding because we say near p hawa one fa wo ho enyi niam mu a niam ansesa inti nurse say ye de ho gye niam in matter fact na inti a sa position kasi a yere pre bebe mu no say niam p ya ne yakko say ye pese Ghana fo wa abruchiri what waba na yenso yetumi nya no ye de sika over $6 billion na de be Ghana every year na one pese yet waba because kron ne ade ekoso wo Ghana no one pese Ghana fo abruchiri a yen yakohu ni ama na enya difference of perspective no yetumi can be nti one pese ye vote na ujo bi sika 6 billion ni sika oje ne ye more than what taxes are uje na individual and corporate. Now say one person voter na obi ye sisi. So into make sure sa na me na am say you know what say wan ko no wan kujina na wan ko a obi are nkoko because most people are abruchiri no empese wode won ho beje Ghana politics mu because of say na ye FIFA dinti what you say inti ye buy na ye de ye ho abeje mu na sisi yere prese Ghana for wa bridge for the most part and also be so yasan na yetumi nea okwa yekon tumi awie peye.
Okay. Okay, that means you say we in New Yorker, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
They say the Ghana ka ankasa Ghana ka New Yorker Ghana ka ankasa and you sanitary, but for the most part yeah we've been in New York.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, medase. Okay. Young fa program no and she says when I say young start young common answer because we're introducing what can every any day. I was here because I think for some percent in fact o share beer oko OBGH series oko OBGH series me pacho I was so live e wo Facebook ubetimi akọ no mo akọ afa so oko YouTube so I was so live and also so OBGA series is how uko YouTube sisi ubenya bi ahwe ewo no mo. Okay. So Kofi Koranteng as a presidential candidate last 4 years meeting say and I say obia who say o candidature as a presidential candidate na o pre no ye disqualify wo ewo ho mebusa wo ho asem wo ho kakra DNT na ye disqualify wo ho anyi bia bibi touch na wo processing of application na was wo de kono bibi touch ma wo ho ana DNT na ye
bibia obi so winim Ghana politics Ghana politics abusiafo a oyehwe nga winim Ghana politics ye cutthroat kron a ewom ene ye fi papa Ghana politics woni no kware wo Ghana politics mu we be kase o na Kofi woni no kware ne wonye ebuse ye fi say ade na pese ode ho kwachi mana because actually bi ho no ma as say wo fa film na wo ko gina baby na utumi sesa ne ama so inti na no wo pese me ye ne say me candidacy no me yifi me jai je say me run bio because na wohu say yen candidacy no na ruffle feathers ma nkrofo hu hia won na wonim say ye de yen hu regemi ye be shave off nkrofo blocks just say won a wo vote ama NDC and NPP n ebi beba yen ho nti na ebe how one distribution of power nti no ebi no be share yen wo say oh Kofi adi wuri kwe wuri ni nti wo de me empataw kom na pe oba bi fa and me anya no ti na mbai obi ma message sika nti na mbai ye gya yen life wa bruchiri ni aba say ye pese ye beboa no man ni ye ma ye na eyi enye fight wo ideas pa wo ade bi ho na wonim say wo betumi aya enye debatable ne wonim a wa ye dan wonim say sa di enye ade edin what you say nti wonim say wo betumi aya obi a da bi o ye bankun wo ka kire ne say no wo ye dokono a enya de edin ma no because da bi o timuka ho ne gya ho a o ka ne banku o ka ne dokono what you say nti minim say metumi aya ye wo nipa nso a ye de won reba enye nipa ba ko say independent workers independent candidate na wo ye nipa ba ko ye de dom na eba na independent candidate na kire say wo registration with the Electoral Commission no na we say ye independent but entity a corporation di wechi na yi no won ye nkan na say ye mpene ye pese ye ranke nti na ese say wo hwehwe kwan bia na wodi ye mfim nti wutie Electoral Commission obey announcement there obey announcement you know say oh we found that the technical team did not find anything wrong with Kofi Koranteng's forms but however we saw duplication of signatures one file duplication in my na ya nhwe one amfa my da be see na one file me forms in mama na mom obi onipa we say me ye legal say makọ forge signatures no yen forms am amfa my ye call police say ye kohwe say police report bi o ha wo my clearance sheet say yan asem bi any police obi a me ye complain about we yen sika ye de koye registration na say me ye criminal as I say we use say sika na as evidence wo court no wo send the sika na ma yen say mo de munyina mo nko nti na obi me ye criminal then na me call forge asem no kra man fan ko police na ko court yen ye de call court nso ye de call court no system na assign denying what dismiss case no so te ase nti wo hwa hu say that's the dirtiness of Ghana politics no sa na tening nti ye record this year bio this year no ye resesa niama bebre wo niama ye renum ye be make sure say worry to me mfa sa kwan na so bio in case say nti obi akọ forge signature nti yeri UFM so na tening
okay said there was see kind dear that means say make busa my next question because whatever wachiche mu ha wa no me Kofi Koranteng me one of my panelists back ko abasunti ma me mfa nka ho ansa na ma busa me nkomo no ya to ankomo ne so Lucky me mo akwaba
yeah I want to say
hello Lucky
hello
hey na wo friend Nana Williams na do friend Lucky
Unini wa Ghana Bantama obi our nickname me government name
okay.
Nana Williams me hood name you Lucky
hood name okay na me pese me ko kana me nya asem nti na pese me make sure say
no wait me oba me fe na kasa wo hwe Nana Williams obi enfi wo kasa wo hwe Lucky di obi
good enough
okay na eno no ebema me aba corruption side because idea okay is somehow linked with corruption because we your friend is say yetimi I deny so best stand as a your friend is a president our government mu ni yentimi amawo any kind of an explanation bia as to why where you know yanjian tumua that means it's a sort of honor there is something over there trick it down to formal it na mebusa say in your own way say the presidency no emawo Ghana for etie de o kan wo message a ode ba na se yɛde hyɛ wo nsa a yɛde tumi no hyɛ wo nsa as a president a kwan bɛn so because everybody knows say sebi Ghana corruption deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ ɛno deɛ yɛntimi enka sɛ yɛnti woyɛ Ghana ni a wontimi ɛne me ɛnyɛ argument wɔ ha so ate aseɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛboa sɛ saa deɛ no bɛyɛ den ebetu katase ebetu sebi watena America ha me wɔ ha bi watena America enso so wunim ɛkwan a the way a corruption system ɛwɔ America ɛwɔ form menka sɛ bi ni hɔ ebi wɔ ha but ɛwɔ form as compared to Ghana no enti who experience you have the technical know-how so the show won say ɛkwan best so implementations bɛn resources bɛn na obetimi use in order to combat corruption at least esoro ho na ɛwɔ no because obetimi combat esoro ho no ma me feel say ebetimi actually down to omo at the bottom part of it, you know me patcho idea na obetimi ayafa ho.
All right, so real quick, just to go back on war entry comments, you know, the EC gave an explanation. One explanation is me forged signatures, but they couldn't tie me to it because there was no such thing. We'll be on forged signatures. Until I just want to clarify that was their reason. Okay. Now, as far as corruption, Obi, say, hey, I can be an American and say, what problem wo now what trained mind, who a deep understanding of the problem. Problem no becomes a puzzle. Every puzzle has a solution. So what I say, who embark on a problem. Not problem near complex. Now we need trained mind. Problem no becomes cumbersome, confusing. We get say, oh my gosh, a better in which me solves our problem. There's no way out. And you do more of what doesn't work and you never get it solved. And that's the situation we have found ourselves in the Fourth Republic for the last 29 years with the NDC and the MPP. They don't understand the problem. Your problems are on a very linear level, very basic level. Simple problems na Ghana for you. But unfortunately, we have voted into power leadership groups they are clueless about the understanding of young problems. So until now, no, they have created a narrative and it's artificial. Say somehow no young problems no complex, ding, big. No, it's not. Bibia ni Ghana it looks big, but it's not big because it takes small tweaking to fix the problem. Now, how do we fix the corruption problem? Listen very carefully. First, most of the reason in TIA, young corruption on multi levels. At the basic level, no, institutionally, no, we were a corrupt institution. So I say, but culturally, no, so no, ebwa ma young accept corruption as a standard, as the norm. Obi bonia obi wonko gwangentoa obi no nko pacha o man na corruption ayira. So na me can say. Inti the first thing we need to do is say how you fix that problem ni you have to have an understanding. Now, say nipa kwa o lead for omang no ankasa no oye corrupter. Eno no stripping of the moral authority to lead a charge to get rid of corruption. Because you see, young culture is strong in such a way. Say may a father, head of household, na me smoke will fear de bia. Say me befia si smoker, mean to men can't ni si unyai. Me bani beja ekrampa on respect me udu abontinga obe smoke anyway because he learned from me to smoke. Menkesu abufrebi you smoke learn from the papa, but chances are the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Say parents not smoker. Chances are the children will also at least have a tendency to smoke. Right there, no, there is a problem. Because these governments will lead the charge to eliminate corruption in corrupt. They are corrupt organizations. They can't possibly morally lead a charge to eradicate corruption. That's number one. Number two, then go to the technical side. The technical side, they say, how do you solve the corruption problem? Well, legally, no, obia or corruption will Ghana bia, they don't get punished. What Tehobi? Look at Tehobi. Muhu na ekoso wo Ghana. Hina na wako wiade. Na na do reba power no osi NDC fo ya kronfo were corrupt. Eno no drama ya into Ghana full team. Na ye man a chance to say, we've had enough of the corruption of NDC. Why don't you come in and clean out the system? Oba no when who say what to me the wa prosecuting Krofobia where we are they or no claims we are they in the last regime. No. On to me, yeah, identity because Onwankasa is benefiting from the same opportunities that make them corrupt. So, okay, institutionally, we have a problem. What is the problem? The problem is there has to be a system. Say, ubi wiadia. They go through a process. There are consequences. Nobody can bottleneck the system. Obi to me and can say, oh, na me na nim Obi Intino. Obi is a nice guy. Intino. Lucky is a nice person to Obi Intino. Obi a friend Inti. Lucky is not going to jail. No, we have a problem. If you steal, if you do something, it warrants a consequence. The system has to complete. It goes from stage 1 all the way to the end. We don't have that in Ghana. Why don't we have it? Well, because the leadership don't want to put that in place, because if they did that, wong ankasa no, the trap no be you won. A free na when sumni be you ankasa. So now, how do you fix the problem? The problem is, aside from me being morally ingrained, no, say me ano menye corrupt. It will be very easy for me, and I'm going to be the first president. Yeri change constitution no to appoint Ayerikasi. The president is going to be stripped of ne exemptions now. Just say if the president were to cause financial loss to the state, the president will have to face capital punishment. Just like Ubia or into the administration, you're going to sign a waiver that relieves the state of prosecuting you to capital punishment, execution. So if you don't want to be executed, well, don't come into the arena. Okay, that's one way. Institutionally, let's go back to it. How are we going to take care of this? Well, we have to put systems in place. So the first thing you do in this, so what's Ghana? Niyama P processes a nipa yeni P no wa. We need the resources to deliver. For you to be able to hold people accountable, you as a leader have to provide for them so that they have everything they need to be able to hold them responsible for the end delivery. Well, if woye ubia woye dokono, I just want to use that so people can grasp. Woye ubia dokono, now woye leader, as though making sure say a bro woman in su or the a bro ni begum or the nika machine or what we yam a bruno or babe fit to a bruno na wobeka na what the bear document process ubema winja ade or the I mean the whole process no the bema inti say obi anye na juma, then you can fire them say wanye na juma, but won't me ma won a bro but wa ma won barrels and our containers are would to me wo soak a bro no wom wo ma won muka wode wo be ka de no wom so wa ma won ja The process is not complete. Ghana agencies need ni complete from beginning to end. What the first thing you need to do is you need to create a full-fledged institutional infrastructure. So institutional infrastructure means to say bibia ubie here to be able to perform an expected task. What the aman? And then number one, niama or the bebeni now so you're functional. This or your operation or your ejuma or batons or walkie-talkies or the patrols or car, depending on baby your call, or backup team, or cameras, or will be a baby your name be a so or your second and third people are one will stay within 50 yards in case say BB fall out of place backup war immediately, depending on idea where run. Sanya many now has to be there. Woko police station now call your report. Or say, oh, now waka would the buy away here near the young fan mount. They're not equipped. Well, what you say? Woko now could say, hey, police need be I'm robbers be about I'm robbers. What will create you when you could see the headquarters because you need you it will create honorable bending. I mean, really? Really? And it happens in Ghana. So, institutional infrastructure, the first level in creating a system, it means bibia nipa kuni here to work. What the man? How does this thing come in terms of corruption? You find out soon because you see one man bibia, then you cannot blame the person or hold them accountable for not doing their job. There is a chance for corruption now because now they're going to do sub what you expect. After institutional infrastructure, then you give them the three-prong system. A three-prong system, they say you have at the top, you have an objective, then you have the mechanical part of the system, then you have a discipline. A discipline is the accountability that makes sure, say, that mechanical part of the system works 100% of the time, all the time, regardless of who is running it. One of the biggest problems in Ghana, they say, units and agencies are run by personality. You can't run a successful unit by personality. You have to run it by system. And the reason is, na obi bano, say obi rinori show you say ya. Ewoniema obi beka. The people who are watching Obi will have a totally different experience from when Kofi Koranteng is doing it. That means Obi runs it by personality, Kofi runs it by personality. Depending on whose personality is better, the experience to the person who's watching will be different. You can't run a system like that. Oh, America, Oko McDonald's. Daben wako McDonald's we taste fries na we taste say tasty different da. Every day, Oko Russia, because what did the same oil, what did the same potatoes be behind the same? It fries at the same temperature. It stays in the oil for the same amount of time. It's a system. And my friends say turnkey system. No? If you don't have a turnkey system to your system, sir, the deliverable will always be different. Then it becomes personality run. So that's the second part. The objective, the mechanical part of the system, and the accountability, which means say obi on the otehotum to make sure say de bia obi be juma mic no also as I say a decibel of this loudness, as I say mic no wo bass say, as I say studio ho color coding say ne emma an experience from the person who's watching, as I say experience here the same consistent. There is somebody who watches that on the deal so to one check says I don't know it's consistent 24/7. Ghana no, we don't even have accountability for that. System be ni hodoma ewo sa third part no. The best has the objective, which it always has, and then the middle part, which is the mechanical part of the system. Now, Obi, you might ask me, say, Kofi, what is a system? A system is a behavioral mechanism, a behavioral performance mechanism that holds people into a process that guides them to a specific deliverable. That's the system. Be a guide wo. Regardless of who is working the system, no, the result will always be the same. That's the second part. And then you have the third part. Well, now why your institutional infrastructure, no? Now you do the second part, which is the system. The third part, what does this machinery run on? It runs on, my friend say, a distributor ledger technology. That means to say, BBRD run on, no, it runs algorithmically with a register. It stamps it second stamps. Just say every second be a algorithm necessary. Into say obi na where ye adi bi say where ye transaction be say you get an algorithmic stamper. Nobody can change, and because it's a register, into a register one crank, register or Kumasi, register or Bolga, register or 30 different places. Into for you to come back and change that algorithm, no, you have to change all the centers of registry, which is impossible to do. In a cashless society where government systems are running like this, no, how can you corrupt the system? How can money go from Ministry of Finance into somebody's personal account in London? It can't. Now, what question I would be some say, well, why don't we do it like that? Well, because if they did it like that, they won't be able to steal. Because it will show who stole the money. Right now, of course, now can say, hey, Japan deal, who stole the money? You think they'll be able to tell you? And you can't, it will be very difficult to also find out, because that's a system they inherited from the last person who inherited from the person before them, and it goes on, it goes on, it goes on for the last 29 years. So that's the complicated situation with corruption that they have artificially manufactured to cover their ineptitude, their incompetence, and their corrupt nature.
All right. Medase, maybe our question a hope answer, but my was a crop for a bar, so me patcho time do not say me yet calling na. Link open so ba as a live person. I'll be boost our question. I'm the link in a better comment section. One my opinion or and as I made the better screen so said the bear a copy na paste into a browser na. A do be back me who send crop for bar so man for my anchor all because I said that time nyen drew ho. Into at that time and I made the two oba memoa be boost our question no person in life memoa boost our question into so boost we are. Nafi mama wo kona different person also so aba afi so phone lines no so eda so menyam ye phone lines no for now enti mpacha omonto mo boase kakra wo ho looky mame mbusa mame ma ombra mu uwie a na afi mabusa your friends Mr. Kofi one question bi a obi dia basa me musa no before say no very yipa na busa looky bra mu kakra e mame e wa ha no mo
to message ya obi question I mean baby bisa no and me looky as an individual and I'm person me bisa on behalf of my community and let me share that t-shirt I training and set me free bantma.
That's also catch me share me die.
Anyway, me share that part me share because
looky me person ka on the note no ka corruption ne ho de no the obi busa ne corruption ne ho de na nke be me de okay
no problem
all right
me the befa ho na me pesa me bo etie fo nkai na me bo bra Kofi so nkai say why your mama at this moment you know we unity since we unity no say ye kan Ghana leadership nkomo ho ye yini free man enye enti this opportunity I mean and men say no mfa me bisa de hia me ehun asemi bisa de me fie for me mantem for me community for because as a community organizer and because I brought work as a misa corruption who asem no memma me question na about corruption me person me bisa bra Kofi say Me sure, we're very intelligent, and I know so was study Ghana, and he knows the history of fighting corruption in Ghana. And me community I'm free more bantman. It's said a honor military barracks during the AFRC PNDC time. We saw the brutality, the violence, and the horror of J.J. Rowling's version of fighting corruption. So as much as I want him to fight corruption, when I hear him talking about the way he wants to prosecute and execute people who steal state funds, people who are going to possibly be executed, I want him to know the history of how that is very dangerous. And that I think that maybe he needs to rethink the words on how he's going to fight corruption, because I'm almost 50 years old. For about 80% of my life, I have been traumatized. My community, Bantamafo, we were traumatized by how J.J. Rawlings and his AFRC and PNDC and NDC tortured women. I don't know if you are aware. They open up the legs of women. You can't treat. You be a man naimuni a diaba a trasabi all my yase. So all my cotton a citri kalabuli. This was the punishment rendered to women who wanted to feed their children. I'll tell you a personal story. And I'm in an autopano. No free exam. As early as maybe 7 or 8, me who say ya treat you a semen and also or bant my fee. It's only semen and a so then you know treat you and a friend of all chemicals. Or the only semen and a semen and a ton calabule. So sad. Papa no grandpa men and a free exam free on no way your next door neighbor. No, the free men and now took on only we know in scan which year. And she was accused of being corrupt because what to be is some etopano. So this question is personal for me. I want us to fight corruption, but I want us to remember the history of the land of Ghana and how corruption was fought. And I want us to move away from executing people, because I also remember the beautiful female judge. Now I will, or by judge, I know I will pay. You cool. So let's find a way to fight corruption without reminding us of the painful history that we are still traumatized from. And
all right, so
for corruption, they fight it, but please don't forget who we are, where we come from, and how we
and Looky, I so appreciate that. I really do. But Looky, my main kind of credit show. Now ube how different this strategy is. Rawlings a fight corruption. Rawlings was a vendetta. It wasn't fighting corruption. Big difference. TNE pa. Rawlings was a vendetta. We nye vendetta. Ena nkrofo a Rawlings di we beye omo so no ye maamefo bi agya wo mo ton wo mo kakra bi e de anya sika de ahwe wo mo abusua. So enye no ne ye ka government officials are knowingly causes financial loss to the state. That's a totally different ball game. Totally different ball game. Looky, mame me kan sem bi nkyerɛw. Me won crisis see am no ka say. Se wokɔ kɔlebu na wokɔhwɛ sɛ me ka kyerɛ obi a mepɛ sɛ obi etie ne yie ne sɛ one government official ewia $1 million sa $1 million no ɛde enuro ɛbɛhwɛ wo de yɛmfa no me use your friend saying kidney dialysis a nipa kono every person kono a day ewo kolebu no a week ewo kolebu no in 1,000 cities. What the infant say 1,000 cities akura mpo a 1,000 cities is saying they call 1 million mu. Go and do the math. 1,000 cities is saying they call 1 million mu. Over 1,000 people. What the infant say if one more dialysis no for a year, the infant say 100 people will die because.
Hold on 1 second for me. I'm say may you know somehow no me feed no ethical. Nti afi ni asa back nti we the mestre will say I'm say baby ankrofo eti a time I over discuss if one person in government
Okay.
diamond.
Okay. Nti menkwachi. Okay. Nti na me explain actually look say if one person yejanum na obokro no wo government move by 1 million no out of that $1 million no via no more than 200 men, young men ebewu because they are not able to afford dialysis ewo kolebu. Now, if we go in and the idea is not to kill people. The idea is to deter people from stealing and causing people to die. Looking, Pacho said they make out here. Say, nipa krona ye deter no, with sa execution na uria 1 million now, 200 young men will die. Inti for one person or ye bad, ye be punished no to die. And now say yen punishing no be 1 million, not 200 innocent people ewuno. Which would you pick if you were a leader? So a difference no. And that's what we're dealing with because corruption nam hono looky corruption no yen fani free o people are dying because of corruption. People are dying because of corruption. Akwanya yenye wagana no. Go and Google right now and see how many accidents happen every year. 2021 in year, kona ko check say nipa over 2,500 in Ghana from sa kwan na yenye na bisa say I didn't yenye because he can yedi corruption ninti say ye ba na be ka say ye deter nkrofo from ye mpese wo be kwa akowia de ne yakun na mum ye ka kire say enye wadwen say wo kowia because wo kowia de aye bekun because one person kowia say sikana hundreds of people end up dying. Look at say it is like look he said they will can say wabusiafo no. Would you want your loved ones to die because of the irresponsibleness of a public figure? Because onuno yejanu muku wiade. So when comparison yes say no because it's killing people. So and we're not gonna when ya there ATSC krum say what on yoma 5 cities more 10 cities abro sunti yeah there be and a free market. We have a free market into the obi person or ton who will be better board 1 million cities. That's your business. But we want to create an environment that there is respect and order. Wo no yap wo to amount say bra na be serve nipa no won't take opportunity now for rape and exploiting nipa. This is a serious crime. Masa corruption and ya can obi ante well yeah dear and I respect where you but yebeme ejai uwia sa 1 million now masa you're gonna be executed and listen I'm gonna let people Ghana fool who say masa sa position ye position ya adwene ho ache asofo be wofa no masofo afrɛ me Kofi but me say but the people are dying anyway sanko obi enwu mfiri mu na say a traffic infraction be obi then we can have a conversation. But people are dying anyway, and there are tons more people dying if we allow that to happen. Until justification says, then you would want it even more. Say you be save the lives of 200 now, 1 million per me save all my lives from dialysis. Now, and look at the American out. I say, am I making sense here? What meant you?
I don't know. Obi, what on me to me?
Oh,
yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so Kofi, so you know, no, or how to say, I was trying to let you understand, say, the word execution, no, a very sensitive word, where you Ghana, your society, and the reason is because of the past, you know. And you know, I think, say, you could probably rebrand.
Capital punishment.
You could call it capital punishment, or you could also say constitutionally, you know, if you take state money, if you embezzle state money, the punishment is not only are we going to retrieve all the money and property, and not only is your family not going to live in UK in a lavish home on state funds. Maybe we will make sure say you serve life imprisonment.
Maybe it's not going to be a maybe. I would lie to you if I said a maybe.
I'm
maybe
saying instead of saying execution, no.
Looky, Untie. Looky, Untie. Obi, 1 second.
Go ahead.
See, at the end of Krenya, my one said a man for whom that's exactly the effect that we want. Said the ebedru hono, ubia ankoye. Look in Pacho, say what the American say. Inti
Kofi was say, but let's not forget, said this thing now is see where your mind the hatred and the division that has been born
Point
out
taken.
of this, you know.
Point taken.
Obi on ma no oni Ghana crowd. Obi on ma asem ne mfa me ho. Enso na me no ka say on to Obama NDC because of Rollins. I'm so much of a feminist that I was hoping and praying say NDC for pick it Dr. Zaneto as their running mate. Yet deep down my soul, I can't forgive her father. Even though I will never punish a child for a father's sins, you know. I even committed to come to Ghana and campaign for her and donate to her campaign if she chose to run, right? But I was going to block my mind about certain papa. What she can do for the women of Ghana, right? And yet deep down, I know Sir Rollins would do obedi, you know. Some people were innocent. Intimate patrol.
Yate.
Corruption, but Mr. Execution, no.
Life
imprisonment.
Looky, execution, no, Mr.
I don't have words. I don't have words. I brain your words, Nasa. Oi, into words, brain.
Life imprisonment.
Okay.
Life imprisonment. You what the capital punishment.
Okay.
Mr. Assemba ko ewasa.
Yeah.
And Sanya jump to your next your friend is saying now. What's in the US ha? Meka say okay, what na ha no mo ewo ha no mo ideas. Logofi aha say ebia wudi sika. Okay, government official this sika. Execution who asema na okaye execute nipa no all because say they want to know the root cause or more involved step all the way down. So okay, I have investigation now chi nipa na try to know where the source is coming from. Now, I now can say, I was executing Nipano. So we is a free ho. Na say a gang related, young fan say a group or decide say government official na for me group wanna say omo pesa omo yeden. Omo find a way to come with another person. The same thing don't you think it's there? For somehow or no? Yedi nipa no etumu as a life imprisonment near the bema nipa krona ebetimi ama waye wo further investigation was here as to omo associated because nipa ba government official this cano and you no kwa na ya na cano before so benya kwan this cano ya na nya ono kwa there are other people omo wona se omo buaye ema cano odiye sampacho de
No.
That's
you see, yeah. But you see, a lot of people are jumping the gun. Yeah, Kase, there's going to be capital punishment. And you say, Obi, a bow officer, and ya beswa ho. Yeah, the whole firing squad. There's due process. So this is something it's going to be very meticulously done. It's not going to be something that, because you can't, the moment you push the person into capital punishment status, there's no coming back. Into person making sure say you are justified, double justified. Just say so conclusive. Say obianim say nearby. So, and even that, to say they're working, we'll go through all the investigations to make sure say all the accomplices around ya sort of woman and making sure say no, listen, this has to be stopped. But the MMA kind of say we are going to put an end to this menace in society, because in Crawford, see, the wording may be a little coarse, and I understand it brings very, oh yeah, absolutely, I'm with you. But you see, that's the whole idea, because you won't believe how many people are calling me all over the world, say, hey, Kofi, nas asim with you, Christo Nina, say. You see, that's the conversation. I say, I'll give you an example, Obi, and I'll come to your question. Nipa ɛwɔ Ghana wɔn se wɔn yɛ lawless a yɛmpɛ mmara yɛntie yɛnyɛ hwi wɔ Ghana obedi nkɔyɛsɛm saa ɔtena plane mu sɛ ɔba aburukyire a odu Kennedy pɛ wɔn sɛ na plane ni nya ntaakye dan koraa na ne life asesa onim sɛ ɔba no obedi ɔbɛyɛ rough wɔ aburukyire a aburukyire deɛ yɛkye na hey yɛbɛyɛ ne sei so ɛho adwene na sesa koraa nsa na wataakye dan obi a nka hwee nkyerɛ no plane no maa ɔre ne aduane 1-2 ɔnom Coca-Cola bi gu so a wayɛ changed. That's what we want. You see, say no, you won't believe how many people are calling me because of this thing. But and yes, yes, so yeah, kind of keke me catch you see, and I make us a man for people be ready for this change, because we change in Ghana. And we change in Ghana for the better, because too many people are suffering needlessly because these corrupt people. And Obi said, yeah, we're going to make sure, say, yes, at the end, what cause of financial loss are, we say, we say, why, and your friend saying, Lucky, one of the things you got to also understand, say, when who say elaborate process, say, we're going to have institutional infrastructure, then we have the systems, then we have the, your friend saying, distributed ledger technology, a bit. It's done, say, there's going to be almost a zero chance, say, we will bet me a causes our financial loss to yourself. Before crowd will bet me a do sa level now, we are there. Now, your gangaria power, we quite honestly don't even want you in a society anyway. No, but mate, but the American say, enye bibia, Obi say what radio so address come and say now, yeah, boko corner abefa say, hey, yeah, throw Gunda barracks, bra, you kukun there be. That's not what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a due process. Yeah, do ubeko standard trial. You have a chance to say so. But you didn't know who said at the end 1 year, we're gonna put you away. Okay. We're gonna put you away. How's that? Looky, but I know we're gonna put you away. Okay. Looky they say yeah, kasi put you away. We're gonna put you away. How the dog ends up, nobody knows, but we're gonna put you away. Okay, right. We're good with that.
I read the comments because I'm a chief also so a kind of program neho papa or muntina program way. And it's my main reading and read the comments kakra ewa no na Mr. Kofi Yebebaso. Daniel a free year at the buy or say they're killing Ghanaians every day, but we don't realize that, which means it's happening for one seminar Daniel Oka and I face so fair Mondo or say I will support you, Daddy Kofi, with all my strength to to become Ghana's president. I think so far what I say, Mr. Kofi Edawasi said when you will support that, say what the Ebebabe support to we free Osaje for Fred or say Ghana is crying. And then also at the Eba,
corruption in Ghana crying, corruption. Is it the a friend say Lucky Baba, the Lucky Bay minister of judgment.
Hey, Gamel, or say it as it is. They would execute it. They would be executed. We would only support you if you would execute the corrupt. Tell the lady to go out of the way because she is annoying me. Does she know how much corruption has cost us? Looky, and go for energy.
But the truth of the matter is say, Looky made a point, and the point is say it's painful because Looky, miss me papa ye be fa no koi. Ye de isa ka na ye friend peace go ano. Ye be fa no ko 3 days. Nti ne nim si akuku me papa. Na me papa ye police commissioner. Inti we all have really bad. Na me nim the esi na me sha. Inti na my sister say can we be soon. I'm say and then I didn't know me permitti na no me the chain na me to say me fa me papa ko na me papa buy na no can was you a chain cry na no can. Inti I know said people are traumatized by that era, but said the Americano Rawlings had vendetta. Yeah, no. We are here to change the country by any means necessary. Looky, let me tell you, and you're going to be proud. You're going to be proud because you say, hey, the consciousness of the we are changing the narrative. Say, be ready. And I'm not saying that say I'm telling you Ghana for say, Masa, if you're not ready for me, don't let me come. But me bad day, I'm cleaning house. I'm letting everybody know. By any means necessary. So thanks to Lucky, the new word now, euphemism, is we're going to put people away.
My main kind, your friend is saying one comment way, maybe I messing at the link, you know, at so na who said Kennedy so abaso ache no so my man busani questioner or no so okay. I strongly support Mr. Kofi Koranteng, and I say Mr. Koranteng for the punishment which will be applied on any person who steals government money. Somehow, no, any penny jehon say one way or the other, no corruption na ekoso organa nintino. And was yetimi find a way to put an end to it. Kennedy, so we are ready. Me pacho me the whole basso na wabusa questioner or my ansana mama wako Kennedy. Kennedy war.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Kennedy. Mama Kwaba. Kennedy. Oh, still Kennedy utianka.
Yeah, ja. Metemonka.
Okay, but your question, Emma Kofi ana.
Hello. Masemo person busan this yeah say nyame nya na dom sakrante me chia mo akwaba
yes sir
ni say
is it
say no mine no wo mo fani yes sir yeah nyanko pa da rumba nyame nka ho wo ye adwuma pa na ne say bad ye obeba na no I was say yeah na AGC womo enema mo dia gugu akwa mu no sese no edi ade ana yebetimi aye because wunya mai na so oba ana se ekwan be ni fa se de be ya wo mfa emra bi embronco said the year was 2006 2020 no.
All right.
Hello.
Yo.
Okay.
Yo.
Mama wako na wayi na no said the bear so ebetimi aba me da say.
Yo, Minya Kennedy. Listen, the Abena says say no going into 2024 no say kind of say you're retaining a law firm one more handle aspect. You know, say 2020 yeah. Now me obi oni minim say me very meticulous. Me bia me nhwehwe mu fifi mu no me sa de na sa na me suban na tie. Inti adwuma ye na de fiko. But they say no, yeah, be fiko process no near Sunday are working in conjunction with attorneys. A law firm be handle BBR to make sure say even yen be fiko be we no so no e be go through another process, a distillation process, to make sure say all T's are crossed, all I's are dotted before it ends up with the EC, to make sure say there is between 0 to 0 chance of getting a kickback into sana ye be enyoma.
Good. Kofi, yanko unemployment I Ghana. Yanko so kakra.
Yeah.
Nansing say anase meka se immigration for at the beto ho se omo recruitment. Afa nipa and say army so the beto ho na wo hwe youth a omo ekoye se omo kwa akopɛ even getting into army and I say immigration mu na ade a na asefem me de sa na meka no. That tells you adwuma eni Ghana, adwuma eni kuro no mu. At least minim say NPP for that bia omo ka every day so omo create jobs, ewo Ghana. Of course, me nka so omo create bi. Omo create bi all right, but I don't think it's enough a bit to me akita for the youth I who omo say even army cramp because krom ha way army ansa na even cramp no obi be na age so join army no ye pacha. In fact we are aware Mr. Kofi Wuti wa betena US da army 40 me e ba no omo akọ schools akoye omo program said enko for ba John ba Ghana de ye de to ho no ye hu number of krofo a omo ji twi so omo kwa kope. That tells you say adwuma ni kuro no mu e kwan best so unya mandate na and she say ebe na ade ato ho resources be na wo ba be use na atimi aboa ama adwuma atimi aba kuro no mu ama omanya biaye ama sika e de aba youth no so ensem kakra because kan ye kan nyina no most of the time no ya na kuro no ye kase youth ni ntina ye friend say kuro no ye build it as a Ghana so wo hwe mu pa because on chirima youth no any nchirima e kwa be so na wo obefa so a obetimi ayese.
All right, nti we obi very simple. Now the nti America says simple and said there's only one pathway to baby a walking. A kwan bi ani ho bio. So what I say, wonim kwan na wonim kwan no. Na enye complicated, very simple. And it's saying obi you need any industries. Looky, zero industries. We don't have, see, big companies near Wahana and Kofor tied suit Kotana Huni na multinational companies or may be established. Wama maso wamo beboy you. Wamu be didi ho. Na yisi kakakran wamaji. But in a capitalist society, no, that's allowed. But in a capitalist society, no, you don't create an arena for somebody else to come benefit in your own house. Not to say when you're smart. But we haven't built an infrastructure for the indigenous Ghanaian to benefit. Multinational companies neba yankro for omo high wumi, omo ye level 1 skilled your friends saying workers. You bet you omo car 1,000 cedis, 2,000 cedis, 3,000 cedis. Now omo CEOs neje 50,000 cedis a month. 100,000 cedis a month. Into the lion's share of Sika multinational companies, ne sa foreign nationals ne ba wo be ye adwuma ha wo munya ni na ye 10, 20, 30, 50 times more than the average Ghanaian Sikonya. And so no ye nkrofo yi NDC ne MPP fo yi ya ma sa companies see tax rebates are a year in the billions. Doesn't make any kind of sense. It doesn't make any sense because the return no sika eba Ghana for no no pennies any anka ye de rebates no kra ma Ghana for no kra mpo a ye de tua omo ka sin se ya ma wo mo sa rebate na wo mo tua Ghana for sika wo mo tua omo. But now let me explain the pathway to you. Ye ni any industry ni nti no ese se ye tumi eso sa engines no na start to say running region BS see enya factories wo Adenti, because 98% of your domestic markets are absorbed by foreigners. 98%. Mekomokola, Rolling Spark, Agboblushi, and yoma ye ton ho na outside of Intos ne Bayere ni Meko, say Jane Cray free Holland, neba Ghana, Jane. It's a disgrace. Just a leadership has failed. Inti domestic market to say plastics, appliances, stove, cookers, microwaves, rice cookers, tea kettles, many na blenders, fridges, deep freezers. Ni na in free Ghana. Ni na are absorbed by foreign nationals. Inti look at how much money are free Ghana ako. What sorry I say Ubisa say how come the dollar is 6-1? Well, that's the answer. Because ye sika na ye wo krum no ye nane no a na ye de kɔ foreign markets na ye de akodidwa na products aba ye back door de make out ase nti ye pese ye reduce sa inertia na esese ye no ye start a manufacture neoma. Now de ne be feed ye manufacturing no. Number 1, over 70-80% of your manufacturing no agro-based. Inti SSA ye pompo sika into agriculture. Na yenya produce na ye di bino ni ye di bi share ye agro-based industries no. Agro-based industries no say no produces things, tires, hardware, appliances, sa nneoma no te say de kantanka start say oye no. You see a duplicate bibi say kantanka every region be as say what factories. So now with the yen as citizens no omaima ye be use no ye use we are surplus no ya export to we are foreign exchange ya ye benya no say no industries na ye ni enoma for no efe ni ye ba beto raw materials no from other places around the world and here the feed no nti bibi to say they say we are moving away from fossil fuels, we're going to renewable energy. Fossil fuels to renewable energy, a whole policy change has to come. Inti sa cars ya say omampanyima Toyota ne Volkswagen eba be establish Ghana ni na fossil fuel, petrol, gas. And say yen engineering no into that because a whole discipline it's on a decline. It's heading extinction. We are saying sa away ni biu. And so ye need visionary thinkers. Yes, electric automobiles hono. The cars if any more rebates so Ghana may establish it. Who thinks like that? So now work with me here so you can understand. At the base level, we need to feed the agro-based industry. We feed it, we feed the nation with what it produces. The surpluses get exported. In the exportation of it, we get foreign exchange reserves. We pay down the debt. Now, let me tell you why we need to do that. So say debt to GDP at 83%. We are 341 billion cedis in debt. If we do not stop this train, we're going to collapse. We are technically in a state of a permanent emergency. As you and I have this interview now, we are in a state of a permanent emergency.
Mr. Kofi, debt in the now cano NPP for Emma argument say the Omube inherited from NDC was about.
That's I don't even want to don't waste your time. That's a stupid argument. And let me tell you why it's a stupid argument.
Now, no say the ababeto sono that means say
it's question. Let me tell you, let me give you an example. Me newo any Lucky. Ye na ye wo maame baako. Ye maame ne yare. Obi se oba na be catch him say oh se agege to na ye na de hwe maame na me se menye. Lucky si onye. Won so be ka say me na me wo sika so me so me hwe me maame. There na be happen to wo maame. There na be happen. So be wu.
Yes, yeah.
Owu a even though ye na ye maame no wo penasem nti you would have lost more. Nti se wo sika won ka say oh Kofi foolish boy or say onhwe ne maame looking so ono so ne na baby or California feminist or California or nature path convention be or dream if you say I know her kind. Yeah, I know. I already figured you out, Lucky. So inti no say no ne na for mo choto the world I said the say around say circle there won no be jan maka say me ni Lucky say ya nhwe ye maame nti won so hwe o maame da bi eye prudent on you say wo no wo ho nko na wo sika no be hwe o maame even though eye ye na ye maame nti argument NDC ba NPP ba oye NDC NPP doesn't make a damn difference because they're all the same, right? One more you say oh na me inherit say what na wo kura steering wheel ni say wo kura steering wheel now don't drive us into a ditch just because the last mile no a driver who you took over from no was driving rough in T is justification for you to drive us in a ditch. Really? Get out of here with that nonsense. So drive properly. So see who cross make prudent decisions. Wo buy ya the obey na send you ja hot the yeah. We need excuse because you see the facts are still the facts. The facts are not unless we put money into agriculture to feed our agro-based industries now. We're not going to have a return of investment. It bet me, number one, I stop the hemorrhaging of your economy. It's hemorrhaging. It's growing faster than we are bringing in the income. Into what would you do as a responsible leader? The only way they say you bet tampering it down, we have to arrest it. Now ya kan overtake it. We have to be moving faster than the debt is moving. Because if we cannot move faster than the debt is moving now, they say we're in a permanent emergency, as I said, right now. They say Ghana ne ko down. Edu baby ne flatline here. There's no way we're going to be able to get it back. Now China for better. They're going to write a check and say you guys failed, so step to the side, let's take over. Is that what we want? So the Americans say projects are Ghana for 4 years now. It doesn't make any kind of sense because projects are 1 more year no. It doesn't bring any income. Here, say patients getting into an automobile accident now or in trauma near the neighbor hospital. The first thing they say will be stabilizing them. Won't come say, oh, patient yi onya accident no wadun so no hunti wo friendness no aba no be cleaning no. Now it's not important right now. They say you have to stabilize the patient. Making sure say the airwaves the air pathways no clear otumi home na dwene ye adwuma ne koma ABT fine ne ade who stabilizing it all the rest of the things you could do but and yet urgent. The obi dey make out here. What needs to be done now? To say we have to stop the hemorrhaging of the economy. Yeah, stop the hemorrhaging. Not it overblows the boundaries. Ghana will cease to exist, and China writes a check and takes us over. Is that what we want? Obiaba, yes, infrastructure. Yes, say infrastructure is good, but to say we don't have a business with infrastructure. We have to stop the hemorrhaging. As I say, you to me pay down debts now within workable limits. They say here 128% of your receivables as a country goes towards paying public sector workers and paying the interest on our debts. Not even the debt. Interest on our debt. Come on, man. Math. This is simple math. This is not even common sense. This is reflective sense. And it doesn't even qualify for common sense. Who does that? And then you got these people there, these clowns there as leaders. Are you kidding me? They're not fit to be leaders. They don't have a clue what they're doing.
Mr. Kofi, mame meba also biemu. Mame introduce you afia kwa ba afia and I watch it. SSN ka ban temneja. Your friends. Afia one of the panelists ye nyina ye dijuma ewo ye yi so. Afia member
Afia what to say?
Yesu adumu na pa chonso e.
Yami adum. Bibia woko.
Memo abusa o question no na mama we looking so abusa ne there but for now no mama ready one of comment be abba because me for say we have to look at there who can there but me to me side there me for say MC attacker honomo and sana all the Mr. Kofi Ekananke be better honomo na mehu ekwan a wo be fa so answer that so we are if we Francis Mensah was will be the bottom line of Kofi solution is infrastructure. That is the first thing we need to fix before Kofi's ideas can be implemented. Simple. Okay. Over here, the Kofi's over here. Yeah, mine infrastructure a problem, mine. Ghana infrastructure basis a problem, mine. Ghana. So over here. And to you, no, and I said, send you see can don't who need say say you tackle that place, you know. Now, looking at that, and because you put your man into places, and no na ebe be a quine, I'm a youth na your person munya a juma, Ghana, no master tienya. Because what yes, I can say young fasa and no nasi, you need those infrastructure to handle those and your man all kana. How are we gonna move forward as a say you bet see your friend is saying unemployment so you better make sure say any pay nya juma aye. Answer.
Okay, so the simple way I'm perceive me as a chairman say Bibia no what is sika na ye. Wo ni sika na as say okobo bosia. Ni American ye simple chair say me perceive Ghana for ye stop yen credit card na ya max no perceive ye stop. Say your max credit card na ma ya collateralize it yen credit card na with yen dang baby ayete. Nti ye bedu baby no ye be overspend to a point say we be yin eti abonting na fi ye ni baby ye debut. Nti wom say ye hear new plumbing. E here say as say ye new carpeting. E here say roofing no kra leak kakraba but ye the bucket we be see ho for now. Now so soon. Nia SSA and say yenga yeti fi ha na ye complain say oh ye hear new plumbing ye hear new say ye na say ye koye adwuma na ye di income ba answer na yen card na ya max no ye tua na down to workable limits answer na ye do limiter yen minimum payments na ye within yen spending limits na Nene ye pesi ye carpeting na ne aye. Ne etua ka kodu baby. Ne aye plumbing no. Ne etua ka kodu baby. Ne aye roofing no. Ne etua ka kodu baby. But say ya max aye credit card. Na ye sika ye de to aduan di no. Ye de collateralize down no. Ebedu baby a ye ntumi ntua sa aka no. Wo beba beje down na fie ho. Obi na meka no te ase. Inti the American say the strategy should be to bring our debt levels down to a point say ye in control. Say Obi ye bobosia to chia bosia. Actually that's wrong. I take it back. Ye bobosia to chia ye bobosia di chia interest on bosia enya bosia.
It's a principal no yintimintia no name
there be interest near tia. Inti the Americans say it's so dangerous a place to be we could very easily lose control to a point. Say you better say Lebanon. Crony na be default. Inti na American say BBI infrastructure pa ye infrastructure when it relates to agriculture. Ya BBI we say no should go. I to say no OBTO. Yenga ye wa ha yemfo ya ye wo screen is to say yen na ye te down baakum ya max yen credit card SSA Lucky enya adwuma Lucky no enya adwuma but wenya ebia yen fan say ye wo New York Lucky enya adwuma no wo South Jersey inti de bia no wenya the best job or South Jersey inti as so travel to South Jersey but onika ontumi ko South Jersey inti no SSA Lucky ne ye betumi justify say Lucky inkoje loan wadano so na yemfan kotoka ma Lucky na Lucky dia koye because ono pen o potential a obetumi de car na akwa adwuma no anya income bia eye more than sika yakoja ye de atoka na manon obi mpacha wote na meka na say Now with time no looky income no de ban ye de tua yen debts ne down eba within limits yen na tumi hinhan yen ho tumi hinhan yen dia. Nene na wo obi wo guitar na opese wo to na wo studio mixer na opese wo to na fi betumi ato ama. But right now they looking at the best person I say yen sike na towards not otumi di nya car no de kwa adwuma or South Jersey because I only a 2.5 hour drive from here. When your car na nkwa ne $5,000 a month obenya ba ne de atua ne idan debts ne down no. Yerinya. Inti they need the best way ye benya income ye de betua the end debts ne down. Na ye go below yen ho behinha yen ne atumi atua. The pathway of agriculture. Everything has to be on hold.
So
Niama critical ne
okay. What would ye say I was say introduce you to know into agriculture and not
and yes sir me dear.
Say what
in America, but my party say if you have a better way, tell me. You don't have a better way because there isn't any. There is there is no way. Will be to me in Kasi. Kofi, this is another way I able to me. And I didn't know person would the youth need now going to scam a 419. There's no way you able to me any income for some money. You procure because land na you want obi a free. Yen London a free. Yen fanya he. Egu honum na yama foreigners aban what the year galamsey was say what mutilate lands no what say water bodies. So say inti no necessary the agriculture near returns if him. Inti there is no better way to get income. The amounts are yebetumi nya yebetumi there stop sa hemorrhage Nobody could tell me anything otherwise. No be any who betumi because mathematically there's no other way.
Okay.
Dollar for dollar.
Mate, if you are my member, muna me pacha wo question na we busa.
Yo, me chia tie fo nyina Sister Lucky. Yam papa Kofi Koranteng so me chia obi da.
O papa ne me. O papa ne me ura.
Akamfo kasa ya kama na kayo. We dey pacha me. Uba be di president asa na ye beka no.
Frem Kofi, be president obi am frem Kofi, me mpe bibia bio.
Ebe so. Ye bisa questions in bebre but me wa question am person bisa na say je wa kan ni nyina no ye but ye nim say parliament wo no ye wo two political parties am ye very strong e wo parliament wo NDC and NPP na oye Sana missing panel.
Me independent candidate.
Independent candidate, Say, Ubaba be the president. Yeah, how are you going to negotiate with this political party? Say, never be ye discuss or parliament no more accept. How are you going to negotiate with them? Say the beya dear panel. Say be wagana for ebebum because we know say. These two people, a bad negotiation, they think about their political party. And to me, I know it is going to be very difficult for you. So, to me, any more accordance. Now, to me, I accept Uniama or debate to because I can say, a president now as more Brazil. President no or one name be very good egu kwama nko pesenka or yede o implement but and I'm say opposition no ne or no ye different person and ideology ne different very difficult for him to me who say you being a president things are going to be very tough for you for implementation of laws and other things. How are you going to implement things? How are you going to negotiate with them?
All right. So, fortunately,
Kofi Bacho, hold on 1 second, okay. Remember where me Bacho say be able to me a jot to a fiat the down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Remember where ye are no, because course na started, but I was a me fat a bimun so a war no more. Na a year in a gradual process, and I say a series of process. Also, me kind a use so okay. Menya ubi wo phone line so me pa cho betimi a hold you on mame amame a wa wo phone line so na mama Kofi fia question na no me wia na maba so abepike ti Kofi pacha obetimi akoso fia question.
Okay, so real quick, efia na tene say nkrofo pii kan saa asemi say be difficult enya no kware a be challenging I can't wait for sa bout no, because you see near your pesi a year for Ghana no a different, very different. Will be present be yes our Ghana da. Inti of course we expect say benya resistance kakra, but nese will be a kind of who say the majority and the minority of our parliament, they are there to represent their constituents. They're not there to represent the president. If you are American, what I say, their primary objective, and then say, what be din kita ho about bills are one constituency. Inti one objective no say what be serve one constituency and yet serve one president. It just so happens they say president bills are obe introduced ebe bills are ebe boa one ankasa won nipa. Enye mere ma mekase yenye ejapa deal ana PDS na parliament enemy enya bout me ban makase mo constituency wanya kwan wanya hospitals wanya schools when we be argue so when me argue now say won't pass it sa bill now I will go to your constituency and tell them and then they'll vote you out. Simple as that. Now there are two pathways in parliament. Two pathways na yankrofu pinim say there is an entrenched pathway. I don't know say BBA say we say we at least 40% of people are on the voter registry. As I say, will vote because you going to BB or friendly say referendum. We have 40% of the people are one sign on the voter register. Now 75% of Sankrofono will vote for near referendum na etumi abeye law na make an notice. Okay. Inti if you were a president and what an entrenched position. Entrenched and they say will council, the president's council submits a bill to parliament to say now they could choose say they could cross their legs, drink tea, and not do anything about it. But if I'm going to handle the entrenched positions first. Because in an executive president, the president answers to the people, not to the parliament. Now, I can what I say. If the people voted you in, and you have to change an entrenched positioner, you don't go to parliament for approval. You go to the people for approval. Inti niyama yebeko the entrenched position. And they will come to the people. It won't go to parliament. We will just need 40% of people who are registered on your friending the voter registry and 75% voting for Niayepen. Now, this is the trick and this is the beautiful thing. If 7, 8, 9 million people who we anticipate will vote for us to be president, who is going to stop us? The people who voted for you are going to turn around in a couple of months and say, hey, we voted 7 million for you, but we're not going to vote for your entrenched position to change for our own benefit. Come on. Right. Book mun to me argue say, hey, now ben ya hard time. Is here now you're here. You could do 1 year head no be my president hard time. We just first of all, if you have we're not going there to sit around and kiss. But this is not a tea party for us. We understand that this is war. You understand me? So we go in there to fight. We use the constitution to fight. I understand. Listen, we don't have any unreasonable expectations. Said they're going to be pretty, and no, they're going to take hard positions. But we come in with an army. The army, guess who the army is? The Ghanaian people.
All right, Mr. Kofi, my main fa doctor line. So my main fa doctor, me ma wakaba.
Yes, sir. I feel sharper.
I feel comment here. Oh, by one man tell cancel free Ghana.
Maybe and run Nigeria and buy my patrol.
Oh, all right.
And run Nigeria and buy it. My body one of the greatest programs in my life. I have to join. You are me do Jay I creating just like my for Fatima.
Doctor, Mr. Kofi Koranteng, Mr. Waha. And say be our questions, man.
I've been following the program. No starting, and if you're show, it's lucky. I would say them the bro, the bro, maybe Leah bro. Tell me I'm from refuge, sir. With the bro. Show, any Ojuma. Let me say, I've been following Kofi all these while. There are so many platforms also. I usually attack him, but to him say I really like his policies. That one I won't lie about that. Even though I don't agree with him on most of them. But where the trend is coming from, no. First thing I may attack it on a kind of words I will use it. And I felt say once he's given power, obey a dictator. That is my perspective. I mean, kind of be man Kenya, Mr. Kofi Koranteng. I hope that there will be time I will share one-on-one because I had the same dream like you had, and I've come a long way, and I'm still working my way out there.
Doctor,
yes.
Wait, I said, okay, say, Ukuni said, obey Obi, I vote now, obey dictator. What makes you think it's a son obey? Why ye concerning say, me pese obey ye argument, no, towards baby, I would see, no, concerning the CRC at Haya, ye didn't come away. Then I no carry out for say a warranted that.
Basically, like I said, I've been following him. Every program, of course, we are Captain Smart, all those people are interviews, I've been following him. And I felt like the way he talks, even though in politics you should talk with power, you should talk with a strong perspective of the people to believe in what you can do. But the way he talks, the way politics is for politicians, business is for businessmen, even though some people try to blend them together. But in politics, we don't come up autonomous, like, this is what I will do, and whether you like it or not. Right now, when he was talking, right now, before I met join line, he was like, we are not going to sit around and kiss asses. As a leader, there are some certain words.
Point of correction,
I never said that.
We are not going to kiss like drinking tea.
That
is the word
I'll try. I'm going to get done.
All right.
And I know say we're going to war as an army. In politics, we don't go for war, we go for policy.
Using the constitution. As a kind out that was no. Or see we're gonna go to war using the constitution of Ghana.
Right. He said it. So I'm going to finish with that. So I felt like I said, I've been following him all these while. And to Ghana is a developing country. It's not developed already for you to come, for we all to come a long way to come and change whatever is being developing. And to develop here, one of them, some of kind be a man make it that. Let me answer your question. I say about the parliament in free. Now, you have made the people the power. And
what?
Doctor.
No.
Okay. Doctor. If you
he never said it wasn't today. He said it before.
I've never said that. I've never said that.
Doctor Mesrawo. And also me say, basic the all can has a because so also be parliament now. I haven't heard me program here me is here. Doctor, how come me when a program? I know. But program I hear is here now. Mean say wakasa. There or kind of Busa and say your NDC NPP in parliament. Be quite ben or be faso atimi ama or no ideas and implementation or no. Or no I come together to support the oil because it's very hard for no. And not all cast or be go into those constituencies now MPs no from no ɛhɔ na obe go so the idea bi beto so na ofo say idea way idea be boa nipa na omo constituency no na omo MPs no pese omo di omo tri begia then he was going to turn towards constituency for na omo to ma MP for na omo de baaye no omo na okọ omo ho akwa ka kire omo se mo MP no empese ade manisu ade hunu we ebe boa mo no ebeba eni na san or kind one kasa
no. Okay, so like you said, if you really want me to center all my argument based on the program different. Like I said, I will respect your program. Now must stick it to that. But like I told you, I've been following you from 2020 before election when he came in. Most of Ninyamen, so that is what I was basing my. But like I said, I respect your program and then stick to what I have. I will only have an advice for him. Ghana is super. Ghana is very big, and we've done we've done a lot of pilot programs concerning all sectors: health, education, infrastructure. We've done it before, and the one place we've done it all over Ghana, and I'm still doing it. But the kind of leadership he wants to come, he should just start from somewhere. Somewhere to start would be like, he should start from, Uncle Wale ball mom, or the Uncle one region. Now, young starting developing a Nyama, the region would need. Young tackle all the region, our regional. Now, say, Bibi, to youth never come home. Now, the iPad, Juma. Now, I'm on my the contribution being that people bring it to people together in that region to build one region after the other. With Neniswa in the next 10, 15 years, he can he can lead Ghana.
All right.
With the kind of perspective.
Oh gosh. Perfect advice. Thank you.
Doctor, Memawako and Crawford and so Basso Medasa Oba. So Doctor Kosuni Etie Mepacho
Okay.
Yo, Looky.
Next time when you pick people to advise you, make sure. Come on, man. See, this is why I flip. This guy gonna advise me 10, 15 years. At 83% debt to GDP. This guy, come on, man. Come on.
Me pacho questions na ebeba ohono enye ni nyina na be go in favor of you.
Oh, minim say abase, wonim say obi ye idea we na so na ye kire Ghana. See san kwofo we no no mama Ghana say no. Sa kwofo we omo from doctors. We your advice. Come on. Hey, youth no say ye ni abro. Ye call takra de no. Youth no wonim de na omo so omo pe. Ye ma ye tonsu amom krom so omo pe. Omo so omo petuo. Na ye betena ho nom na nkofo akototo tuo nom de abedi enyamera sem sei now when your chance now they best stop us at next 10 to 15 massa concert next.
Okay,
anya go ni edi wa ho
for your friend is saying who person obaso as a live me pacho link na ma post you ewo yini so no ubetimi aba live abebusa question na face so phone lines so no enso na ewo ho no uhwe broli na e wase no so a phone lines no ewo ho as a WhatsApp line no ubetumi e de ato wa inimu na mepacha wafre ofra mema wabaso na wabebusa question ana se opesa oba as a live eno so me fawo na your friend say ubusa question wia na eno so mama wo den ekọ na afi ya koso na yedi dwumadie no looky bramu ema me ewo aha mepacha edi asem na obe kan biem ewo ha no sisia. Hold on, mami. Yeah, na me mute nti me esro Mr. Hold on. Me pacho brem.
Okay. Kofi, me pese me chiwadru no be so. Me dia me opinion there. Me did say the old guard na ye Kufuado ne sabe me ame wo file nchematen. Me believe say ye koye ni no Ghana for ready say here new leadership. My dear Tunisa, and I know say sounds so bebe. And the reason I believe this is me free Bantman. I bant my MP for World Bank. I can tell you that traditions are dying. Sa generation now we are appearing a strong UP 44 no sebi awu ebi nso aye mre ebi nso ho a ma besisi adan am free bant ma continent na suburbs. It's the youth now bano. They don't have loyalty to any party now, and I realize say upcoming leaders like Kofi Koranteng, Kofi Ghani, I helped Kofi Ghani. Me collected 3,000 signatures for Kofi Ghani in Bantama.
Wow.
3,000 independents. Yes, I brought.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. Traditions are dying. This loyalty, say me mami is CPP ni, or say me to abama CPP ni, me papa ye MPP ni. Enti I want to know say, Kofi o ground game. They say because you see a threat to the future on the NDC side. You know, I'm very convinced that Zeneto Rawlings is their future front runner. One, or your bar. Two, she have done work. She have a strong base. Equally in area how we are forever.
Oh, Brian Honejai, Brian Honejai, the OYE.
Yeah, and over MPP side and also I can see Senanado person will hold on to power through Bawumia, and I know that's going to be a difficult task. Intermediate with the Bawumia as a young leader in this change. But I will point to my own proud MP, Asenso Boache, whose ground game is so strong. Asenso Boache, as a young NPP man, no, he founded TESCON. Inti sa wodi Asenso Boache jinaho, na wodi Bawumia krampo jinaho, as far as obi a wakulu ho aye grassroots adwuma wa building the base. Sebi enye Bawumia yonko ne Asenso Boache on that. It's on that.
That's true.
Yes, Medini could not seem PSO against Kofi Koranteng as a network idea. He's coming in very strong. Since so obey MPP grab, I can guarantee you say he's a future MPP front runner. Baby Kofi, how are you going to compete against these people when you don't have any grassroots?
Hey, we nyame.
Me patrol the NCA me this house so we now but now when NCA a futuo sa atembiye from a good place. See, once I catch was send me to me collected 3,000 signatures for Kofi Ghani. Me standing for office now. A service to people. A relationship you built. Said doctor question you or the buyer. I know the but maybe every day. He was asking, say, where maybe you need time. Mimpo don't let me feel say in the last 4 years, Senka Abia utumi focusing on one town be and a year grassroots work and that town will be your base and that constituency will be your base and that region will be your base. And that's what I don't think is too late. I think you can do it. I think you can come to Bantama, MPP stronghold and do it. So, all right. So I'm a chess player and I like to attack the king by any means.
I see.
Bantama, never campaign. Even in the strongest hold of one political party, there are independents there. There are people who are not attached to traditions. Me patrol piece, so what's here na superman. Now we yes our groundwork, What me focus on? Ebi our mommy krum, ebi our papa krum. I don't know. So what to me attach yourself to one base. Not when you may I would be go up as a leader. No, what to me? Emma ni dead. Emma ni pe who say, hey. Or yeah, assemblyman crowd share Juma or ball. Me patrol what I say.
Oh, it was perfect. But it was perfectly. But untie looky, tie the mekano. And your ma walking great advice. A way game plan of the past. Dynamics necessary. So dynamics necessary so much say nipa just before I made back online issue na many kuma wood for na yakasa. So na they say enkolano youth no aje campaign na for game plan na That workbook na ye use kanea. Oh, we na braha say na it doesn't work anymore because the unrest that what was he saying inti. I'm for entrust sa kane way of way the lead way figure. It doesn't work anymore. So say youth na control. They say we wanna really grab our own and take our own destiny. Inti woman na ye empower woman na woman ye bibia. We go to places Kumasi almost every other week bia Kumasi. Ye caught near Kusunyane near Kornoff near but ye wo basis wo hold now woman swarm ye juma. E bia one ye at one ye na nkyerɛ sɛ ye nye juma. Ekrofo pii no do omote ya ne sɛ omote the AC wo social media so kakra we ya no omote. But groundwork ne de ma out here but ye wo penetration. Into penetration, listen, it all trickles down to the vote. The koso sa your man in why koso we say went to me and trickle down to a vote. Ultimately, it doesn't mean anything. Into we are actually drilling and rehearsing 2024 as we speak in communities. Say 2024, what's going to be the ground game? Why na see? So, until we've gone past the say we train now call parliament now we chere Kwame Nkrumah ba no be chere adwuma wa ye Ghana ansa na yevu to amano. There be to say yeah, people are thirsty and they want action and they want results because the old leadership has failed and nobody's willing to look at that. Now, if you take a look at youth, needs to say, numbers. I'm a numbers person. Into BBI based on numbers. There are over 17, almost 18 million people. Are 80+% of them, social media driven. That's the end year focus. So I'm buy into what dynamic of political game planning. No, we're not focusing on them. That's not our focus. That's not our meat and potatoes. That's dessert. So, inti plan a working on about 80% of nipa womu betumi anya womu yebetumi I empower womu yebema womu aba to the election vote. Yes, there is a dynamic here. The walking says, "Oh, you go around, hug and kiss people." All of that will come, but that's not our core. Our core is the people we have that we're working with now, and that's the youth. And the 80+% of them, 64% of the electorate, and 80% of them are on social media, and that's who we're working on. All so, right. At the end of the game, you want a pathway that's going to bring you victory. And that's all we're working on. We're not considering any other, no, we're not. I know a lot of people have difficulty because the only thing everybody has been used to is the walking, which you are right, but that's not the game plan we're running with.
Okay. Manya will be my main fan rana umusa question. No, William, mema kwaba, sorry, sir, mama I check a question.
Okay, new question na me ma.
Okay.
Na asem na me pese me kama Ghana mpanyifo ne nkokrafo no te ase say we are not going to sit down again say obi be mo obi advice. It's not time for advice. French president you know how many years na what one sa kind of diabolic na ya sisa nkokrafo or the conference as kura na order when it make sense say I say mo be ka sa no kure we ya kire no monka ye two kwan ba obroni kuro no Finland president or 34 years omunye nipa how much say obi be ka kire obi say Kofi Koranteng body the whole Ghana nem fan on Koranteng mo de mo tufo no mo ba platform so mo tufo inse se mo be support to adie no mo tufo wa wuti abunten so wunim say sa de no enya adwuma biem because Nana Kufuado mon so me hwe no sa so hwe no ye so no hwe le kosi ye se ye dwene panyini ho ye kurom nko ana ye de aduane ma panyini di abra abra ohia ne trusie wo ya tena yes mampukurafo adi awusa panyini oni nyansa no ye nhwe we bia nka I don't want to hear sound because I said no say obi ba ha o dia fabra be mo bi metu obi fo ha men tu obi fo say Kofi this is not the time, not the right time. Men tu obi fo say Kofi ko start free ha the whole Ghana na oba abeje no kwa because problem no e wo Ghana na e wo Kumasi e wo Bantuma sa politics ya NDC na MPP chesika e ma amanfo no se nye sa anka sa nko obi ani wa wanwene aba wo Ghana that is true and fact e ya ba mu wiamu na mu wiam because se NPP wo hono for electoral commission or protect ya se MPP be power NDC wo the same system no mu we ahontira ye wum na mompanyi ti aruplemu odware wo soro nti wuti wona so wu sa de wa Philippe ana shame so wo betu obi fo ha say me ye doctor wo ye doctor nso wo doctor ni degree above brown Africa woni doctor ni degree ayewo ye down for Africans ni na san kwase ade no a obi wo na me wo we woni mafutu a kotu akufu ado onno ewu Ghana say onye ne ma papa na wo 77 years yen support so won support a oba na wa baby ya ye read say ye be support baby o he na wuntima na wa koda me tu obi for say it's not time because Ghana baby agency say no say wo ma me eti wo bia nka wo ti abrotira bosumi bia wo do ma me ekọ hospital nka obehu say say ye hia savior because ni otu ono Speaker of Parliament or yare or before Prapo. Why now to one point one or one hospital? Why in a hospital? I say a cano kure. No kura ni patun to MPN country. Ya won't try won't be a senior. The entire Kofi can samana man for a ye na say nipa uka no correct any pa. Say when I make pesa ye kwa. Nipa to yam pen no currenti. Na ye for ye beginning a yen name of it. But as I'm okay. Abai yam misa ye ho say politician ben na otima ka say me ma ba mu obi diska mema ya kunu ben yen ko bisa na the first no say I'm another I'm not corrupt say obetima ka sa say ni bi
Williams mema wo de wa no abawe because microphone so epese omo basu bi
okay me dey make am say so bi wa advice ya ye ha no de beba on fa ma ne ho on fa sa advice no ma no on fa ko ma na akufu ado on na man no kita no obe support on support am for advice bi ama na Ghana ni savior me da se
wile me da se pa
wadu
se yem se baby a yi na du no se nkofo ani abre menya doctor san online so esese me man e ba so na ono so esan ebeka bi because ono ni pa se bi ofre enu nti no ma me pick doctor bi mu e wo so doctor
yes sir obi I say now I didn't mean to offend Kofi and I said make can be here. It was just a submission. Now Ghana now over. Yeah, you know Ghana no pese obey you can't go near there. Once you come in, I say maybe I'm in tail policy. I say there's a need for you to commit. I don't want him to use words like well, a doctor there and I say kind of the way I wear. I mean, we can all be rude. I've been rude on programs with Raymond. I can also say Obi, you too word. What you didn't correct the person.
Doctor, hold on. Doctor TMA. Doctor me pacho TMA kakra. The mechanic say wo ye obi a se be tani wudi me ne wo ye program ye Uber program ne so. Me stress for now no anase for a year no. So what I say waba be you are no waba apologize to Kofi said, and yet that is not the reason why your friends are okay. Because comment but nipa or more but ye diname or more air cano ye koswa ye ni program nechi emane enquire into dear I am a Dennis say we say you didn't mean to say anything bad about Kofi Koranteng. That is all that me person encourage AT&T Mr. Doctor men find a person why
oh no I understand and I respect what I first said I respect his propositions my opinion near maybe a person debate to help Ghana I understand but as long as you United say give it debate me join here we have to understand LCT and it's not just one day thing Ghana So me kwa me tia say how about me and I say me for I can also convince them to join the team. Sister Lucky can say which was beautiful. Yeah. Politics is politics. There's no way that me as politics every football. So I can't say Obi or the BB officer. Yeah, I mean I'm not for him. I don't want the call for no dinner to come and insult me and I say use such words for me because I feel hurt. Because I said America to advise Kofi. No matter who you are, President Biden can advise
Dr.
whoever you are, we need to advise you.
Dr.
No, Obi understand. I'm not taking it personal.
All right.
Yeah, advise you, whoever the leader in there. In leadership, there's a word called technocrats, right? Every leadership or every organization got technocrats behind who support with advice and opinion. You know, a strong leadership who wants to come in the force of Ghana. Nobody wants Ghana to fight Ghana. You fight Ghana. Ghana started with Saniam and it didn't work. Rawlings came with Tokradin and it didn't work. Kasa, any Nipaye, any idea mine. So whoever wants to buy tool to lead Ghana as a force will be able to Ghana and Ghana. Ghana. Nobody is angry about Ghana. I mean, whoever is in the support. There are so many platforms that comment and Niama Omokano. No be able to sister. Ghana is peaceful. Ghana will ever remain peaceful. I hope some of the man will be so.
Mate Doctor, Medase. Mr. Kofi, yanko last question maybe also, and I say yanko last year maybe also, and sana ebia yahwena yede si betimi yede aba awie na me ba chawa abaso gian so kakrama me nya obi wo so me ma na abaso Mr. Kofi me pese meti akwantuo mu yen ya ye wo so nyina obi ate akwantuo mu e wa ha no okay your friend is saying sabi won so obetena US ha no now and I'm saying me what US and me try the had the example on this one maybe we sell now Mr. Kofi your friend is saying so we share US ha Mexicans no mo ba krom ha no mo a when they work they are able to say omutimi ede omusika no so what you say remittance omu ye de Mexico no which means what country ni pa a developed country no this Mexico ni krampo ba krom ha no ma en fa ho say onne ni family kese na omu be share edan ketwa bi na mbomu no omu di sika ni nyina omu di sika na omu nyane ade no America ha omu di ni nyina omu timi remitted ko Ghana yenya ye tia kwantuo mu no minim se Ghana for the remittance ko Ghana pa bebre kwa enso so ye hunu ade asa tax na ye gi wo remittance no so e wo Ghana no ye hu ade po titiri bi a eye e wo Ghana me aka say okay enipa o moti akwantu mu a o mode o musika ba Ghana no emfa so a ye nya de free so no this is the idea e bia yetimi dia ye e wo Ghana e kwan be so e na sabi se wutumi e ba wo be fa so ama omo a ye wo diaspora ha no no ye involved in the country because as at the moment I mean wo ka say sabi Mr. Kofi me ko Ghana ye ye no tester ye no wo airport ho no no so what you test so we could different
PCI test
you bet you $150 and now we Ghana ni so I bet you say sika krampo na e free yen a ye ba no e ho no percentage a e ko Ghana ho no me pa cho we ya aware
10 cities
right
10 cities na ko Ghana ho na 140 ko
implementations ben and na full say ye di gu akwan mu a e betimi taking care of that at the end remittance na ya de ko Ghana no amana boa Ghana because Ghana for be bria to kwan pa.
All right. G Obi, when we say it was tough for you to really explain yourself because part of the difficulty is you can't even make sense of what you're saying. You know why? Because the system is so corrupt and enuntina ubia buafu no. So people are really upset. Youth ewa Ghana no, where you're very upset. And I am upset. I'll be very honest with you. I am very upset because and say anka leaders no jai na niyama fall through say system see juma remittances eba no ebetumi aye bribi system si nye adwuma nti no se yemfa se obi wo pese wo to brodo a ese wa na wo procure se na obenya wo yeast wo butter wo pans a wo de be brodo wo esam wo abrochi America so pese wo to brodo a eno anse wo make one call obi be one person ubenya one merchant obe supply wo bribia you don't have to worry about anything why cry wo esam no de be ba no afetew de daw or the aba now the egu bins mu na we bake na wenya obrudo well sana abrochi systems ne systems ne ye full fledged Ghana no wo kese wuri ye bibia ade kro na wo ye ese se wa na wo create systems around yes wuri to me support business now person ye nti na businesses be collapsing abrochi sika by remittances eba na eba in an attempt to start a business to create a sustainable income for relatives are what here and in be businesses near 90 more than 90% of it failed within the first 1 year after going through a grueling process with the state which doesn't make any kind of sense. Me pese me buy business with New York I metena me computer 12.5 minutes make me set up business 12.5 minutes with a credit card me set up business. Well, Kopa Department of Corporations, minim sena mu state amonete. New York, Department of Corporations, make 12.5 minutes, which me set up a business. Ghana, brabehe, kai forms. Uba fill forms, uba kese word through an encyclopedia. What sense does it make? One ma system ni cumbersome. Wobe wie no wobe ba no kra wobe print two certificates be man na why a mistake just say you can't even obi na te ho obi te office no otro wo just say it just doesn't make any sense inti denti na te sa simple processor ubetumi aye online system a ubenya domain a obi koswa PDF fillable form obe fill no be hit send no be charge ne credit card na de ne be complete no what's fill sa one person obe fill forms be say 10 ni na now sign I mean it just inti for remittances not to get the value no as I say winya leadership what the value of time and the systems I say young near babe say ye be a diaspora secretariat just for the diaspora because you see what we understand they say the diaspora have had a different exposure and a different experience into one expectations different won't me fa won na won ram won into Ghana say go out sick 'em just fit in it doesn't happen most people will not survive in the environment in Ghana. As I say, you create a conduit. I will go through na no gradually a transform one acclimatize one to Ghana system. Yes, I won't succeed. And yes, I were bad. It's just the system is so bad and so porous. We won't succeed. We're the only ones going to do it. So Nana Banoke say, what's it then? Return, the year of return. Now I am Crawford. The year of return, what does that mean? Year of return, what does that mean? What does year of return mean? Come and fend for yourself. What banner be diwachi ni ade now kwa no why a year of return? Then why? All the people who came with the human capital, no, they came, they left with it again. They didn't stay. There, you haven't built an infrastructure to absorb them. Diaspora office na could be said, then they were to absorb the diaspora. When you be and answer what can with slogans. Year of return no be any edgy. Now one cast HMU say had be a year of return. One what the aqua car wash, no alcohol, and who nimfa subia what the sisika. It has to be somebody who really has a deep understanding of the needs of Ghanaians that want to live abroad because my expectations are different. Now we create an environment in Maunga Woba he nipe fi diaspora by way of skilled labor no. Wherever Ghana krempo as I say when you be so onsa. Na ebisa won say wo pese wo ye adwuma wo den sector den na wo ye na e put one through some orientation bi wahu wo niama wo di fi abrochire ba wutumi to car 10,000 wo ba be do Ghana and wo se tu duty 15,000. Does that make sense? Kelly Blue Book you use for America no wo se ende enye adwuma wo Ghana nti wo to car 5,000 wo ba be do Ghana na 9,000 duty. What kind of nonsense is that? Because ni esese mo ye na de generate income mo anye nti common people are what they niama baye one household niama and say what tax one now we overburden one so much say they can't even survive in the system, so they leave, and then the system leaves because they leave it creates a vacuum. So how do you feel it? And that it not only replicates but has a domino effect, because say yemfa say Lucky Bar ena efia beba ena obi beba. So look here ma and creates a domino effect. Into imagine all the diaspora wanting to Myanmar because system knew what to support them. We don't have a system to support them. Oba try getting place to rent. Or I say for 2 years the pass it bra. Into usika dia ban so the start business. How are you gonna get a place to rent and pay $1,500 a month for 2 years? And son when your baby ahead. We don't have a credit system. They didn't need any credit system. We don't have a credit system because we don't have a national integrated national ID and address system. If you don't have an integrated national ID and address system, how do you create a credit system? If you don't have a credit system, how do people borrow for their short-term needs to build? And with that, no, people listen to me, guys, listen. These guys don't have a clue how economies are built. They don't understand. Into so biba no because na Kofi esa talk boy na you don't understand. What you abrochiri catch him say Ghana, I have to understand. Brab Ghana have na better na ha na ka search them. Okay. What Ghana?
Ma obi emrana omusa ne question no me pacho memo ato aso nyese mi twa wa no we gina so ache enti ma ne embra. Eh ni din de me pacho obebu din na eja waka
hello now what men card
yeto nkapa na ye hu say wa share space a we de
covid in India.
Okay.
And that president, I salute you.
Yes, so
many Simbiaka, maybe say make a semi being. Sa doctor no buy, catch this or your doctor, unim carpenter juma, unim fitter juma, into on tyranny bonk. No shut up. Mr. Mekabium, catch this. Wafem orikiti beruma koza. Wafem orikiti beruma koza, catch your doctor nise. Or only doctor, I had the onim. I had the onim mate juma, and I onim carpenter juma. It don't to remember that the president advice. Make wafem orikiti beruma koza, catch them. And a sister Lucky. Se ubeye ura Kofi Koranteng interviewer yempe gani asem also. Yempe so the gani asem beba e ura Kofi Koranteng ho asem ne yeka. That president amonka ho obi. Ta doctor obeye ura Kofi Koranteng interviewer ma doctor no ma masubiu. Ma samasi. Orikiti bero makoza. Bye bye.
Yeah, that was it.
Asemo. Say no. See, say. Let me just say this. Say no. Well, Obi, any looking if we all have a responsibility. Won't say no. Say na niame do no. And I warned towards times here. Say it's going to get so volatile at certain point. As I say, you're very careful because people just do not understand what people are going through in Ghana. So, and me, I don't have a problem with, your sister, Loki Asama Ubibisa, I don't have a problem with it. But every little thing, you may not even have a chance to explain yourself. People will take offense because they're hurting. And Tina Mekasi, see, people don't change when they see the light. People change when they feel the heat. The heat is on. and people are melting down. And with that comes a lot of anger. And unsunti necessary. Me, everything I say, let me apologize to Ghanaians. I'm 10 times that. But meaning say, if I really show my true colors, people nipa room, because the youth is ready. We're not playing, and you cannot get in our way. We're gonna crush you. And I'm not saying that literally. I'm just saying, say, in Nkrofo, yeah, so bitter with what has happened in the last 29 years because they are starting to accept. Now, this is from NDC Nkrofo, and Nkrofo are very loyal to MPP. You see, all along, no, they bought into thinking narrative, and they say, these people were for us, these people were for us, these people for us. Say, you know, it's coming a realization, say, the NDC and MPP have lied to us all along. And I was a fool for believing their lies. And it's opening up and people are really upset. And that's why we get the reactions that we're getting. So, Menkesi, be what you so choose to be, but just be conscious of the anger out there. So when anything comes your way, you're not surprised because people are genuinely upset. And abrochiri fonso ya mo abrochiri a mo support sa NDC and MPP fui ne niama awoyen. People busy woko dialysis sena na America che looking woko the diaspora me say diaspora dialysis wokolibu na kwa young guys are because of Nkrofo in their corrupt nature, one import liquor, Rebranding, then what the liquor basis for liquor na ethanol. But what the methanol now, but instead of ethanol, what the methanol now, Rebranding, Lucky, you should know, right? You know what they're doing? We use methanol. Why import? Corrupt Sankrofo ministers so simple free. Why import methanol? What they buy alcohol? Na youth nan no man one kidney say. Inti womu pina koda dialysis. Now looky, adentina yewo Food and Drug Authority, yewo Ministry of Health, yewo Ministry of Agriculture. It passes through all of this. And it gets to the end consumer, and they consume it, and it destroys their kidneys. And they are dying. These kids are dying. Nobody gets to hear of them, and it's painful. It's really painful because Rebecca said, but it was out of the hopelessness state. Intina or no okonomonsa. Inti as I say, a responsible society. Na obia say look you asem ye masem. I have to care about Obi. I have to care about Efia. Efia, your concern should be mine. Me do baby name who say Efia is not doing well. Akakra me wanna say me the boy Efia no no to me jiran announce because there be no ebi Efia so be boa me. Well, sana say yetne we asening. Now these guys have neglected the youth. Me say etori a wuko osu castle nenchen me call hodano na wo hwese na boy see what it squatters mu. What just say you will cry. It's disheartening. But 2 seconds we are able to say re na V8 abesing. Until when a guy like that comes out and suddenly realizes that the NDC and MPP have lied to him for the last 29 years, what do you think their reaction is going to be? So into be all back in their way, what you are breaching now can say, oh na Kofi say they obviously see you say men can't say just to can't because of doctor, but no because of the pain that they're feeling, because a lot of their friends and their family members have died. Nobody cares about them. So we have to change the system, and we're not going to change the system being pretty. I just want to tell everybody it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be rough. And when I say that, it's not out of ignorance, it's not out of arrogance. It's not because I think say me a better thing will be, and I say maybe I have to take my time, Debbie, because Niawore can say a Juman Adeng na no a prescription na in the last 29 years yentumi nya result from that. Not just say nye adwuma. Not just say sa process I will recommend prescription order my say na every nye adwuma. Into the only prescription ebe ye adwuma in America. We have to hit the nail on the head, and that's what we're going to do by any means necessary. We're going to clean house.
All right.
And yes, I'm kitwa.
Mame and read the comments kakra ewa hanomo. Ati for aka about say 8 minutes na na say 9 minutes near the jumedie no abanawe. Sorry, mo pacha obeso frame me a kwan wo ho obetimi afre aba anaso obetimi akopy link na me de ato so no na ode to obraza no mu a be ma aba live to say de enkofo ba live na omo bebusa omo questions no ewo ahanomo no menya yiba ko wa ha mame emfa certain kwame or say we can't produce, we just import and import, forgetting that more importation equals to poverty and unemployment. NPP and NDC approve. Sana citizen kwame all can shalom shalom at saying, and so I say, why do we think it's good to shut down all parliamentarians? Because they are wasting our resources. Okay. Me should that enter that question, you know, I say yes, shalom, ye papa, and you know, and so I don't know. It was so I decide my dear way or a hand more for opesa or fra a kind of hobby to me after yes.
What's your name? Shalom, no, you know, say. Why do we think it's good to shut down all parliamentarians because they are wasting our resources? And so we'll be stuck with a few questions.
Oh, okay. A question.
Say, opposite who said then, see a shut down parliamentarian. Your proposal, they say.
If you are netiness, Messel, Memawa Basa, a question is so bad. Many will be all.
No problem. No problem.
Hello, Bacho. Your friend saying him for now because free.
But you're very champion, make us free, America free, Virginia, US.
Okay, but your man in command.
About your minka be brave. Kakra meka me to Kofi for say. I just say put you per se, but I just Magdalene Kakra person catch and say, maybe to me no. The few say Ghana downfall in a constitution, Rollins drawing on NPP 4 parties so uncle you be on the room for no for a year constitution now, after constitution about a year so especially about the indemnity clause now. And it's a Kofi. I give you her or bow person ya. On share constitution, constitutional, they have to amend it, and that's also more as I draw constitution for because ultima may now be this guy say because of saying to me hold you accountable for the wrongdoings be away. What does the role is all ban or by so was think of 4 year money into obey sir. And the idea now the constitution would draw and 1 man crying, I'm a constitution into me. So we are money constitution in detail at the end of Juma Bay and we are accountable citizens and go for a soon woman. And the crab between advice the crab between the Amako finish and no unreal of our constitution and any downfall.
And yet the criminia we are number one thing. First 24 hours, yes, submit changes no to Parliament. And we are right 100%. Problem no famune jina constitution na for de ekata womenim no nti overhaul what call your website so www.kofikoranteng.com ubehu say on the landing page no the first thing no a overhaul of the constitution nti they said they will kind of pay that sense so
all right could menya another call our phone so me hello Mbacho why you can say
hello, but your friend Kofi Michael.
Kofi Manenko.
Okay. Mr. Kofi Koranteng, yes, support no pa ne na ne model ma obo pese obo Ghana na oji Ghana free. Sa tete politicians in some. Now there is one question person bisano. I'm say Ghana, ye papa mu ye kuku akuyafo. mfie bebree ne yɛ fathers mo adɔ koko sesei koko farmers ne bebree anyinyini ɔmo abobɔbobɔ nkokora mo na adwuma no nso ɔmo yɛɛyɛ no aban abenefit bebree ɛwɔ ɔmo ekoko adwuma no mu nti ɔba adeɛ nhyehyɛeɛ na ɔbɛyɛ de ahɛpo saa farmers na ɔmo ayɛ mpanyimfo a sesei koko no nso awu but aban abenefit wɔ koko no so deɛ nhyehyɛeɛ na ɔbɛyɛ ama ɔmo nso no ɛnsa betumi akɔ ɔmo ano osi sɛ ɔmo bɛwu ɛna
Okay, Minia.
nso
Okay.
wɔ product bebree a yɛka aba Ghana ɛno nso mehu sɛ ɛmmoa product bi te sɛ woody size na ya ɔmo de gu afuo no saa kidney issue a na ɔka ne sisi ya no mehu sɛ boys ne bebree no saa adeɛ no na yɛ a ɛha wɔn because ɔmo de kɔ afuo mu kɔyɛ adwuma no yɛ ɔmo ne yi materials ɔmo use no more ɛbɛboa bi te sɛ hand gloves ne nose mask a ɛbɛtumi aboa ɔmo ɛna Wellington boot anka ɛwɔ a ebetimi aboa ɔmo sɛ nka ɔmo betimi di product no ayɛ adwuma ɛwɔ ɔmo afuo mu ɔmo nya saa adeɛ no nti ɛwɔ side effect a yɛ ɛde ma ɔmo nti ɔba saa product no a ɛno nso ɔmo kraba Ghana ɛmmoa mmabunu no sɛn deɛ nhyehyɛeɛ na ɔbɛyɛ afa ho ma saa adeɛ no ɛto atwa bi ka ɔba Europe hanom a obiara ni hɔ a ɔde woody size koraa bɛgu sɛbi ne gardens koraa ɔnkɔ hɔ ɔmfa woody size ngu hɔ na nkanka baabi a ɛkɔfa aduban ɛba fie bɛdi nti ɔba nhyehyɛeɛ bɛn na ɔbɛyɛ ɛde asizi saa nneɛma no ama yɛn.
Alright, medase obeyi wano anso ɛwɔ hɔ. Kofi?
Yo, Minia, the other kind of DBA said, "I make a simple crowd." Number one, cocoa farmers are one more buyer for the last 100 years. So one more TSN quadia, we're gonna dig them out. Till they make any year, we're gonna dig them out. Adenti, because one more dear boy Ghana. Also Ghana entumi anhwɛ wɔn mo no yɛbɛkɔ akɔhwehwɛ wɔn mo mpo so wɔn abusuafoɔ koraa wɔ hɔ mpo a yɛbɛ make sure sɛ benefits ni bi aka wɔn abusua no ɛne sɛ wohwɛ report mu a wɔn a government tua sika ma wɔn mu nyinaa no saa report na ɛwɔ hɔ still ɛwɔ cocoa marketing board nti ɛno ne yɛde bɛ find out sɛ woba na so yɛ farmer woyɛ cocoa farmer for the last 20 years 30 years na ebia wɔnyi nti wayɛ mmerɛ a paper wɔ hɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ na wo no wo procure wo cocoa ma government ebia ɔde ma nti yɛno ne yɛde bɛhwɛ so all the farmers ni na yɛbɛma wɔn mo VIP cards say farmers ye change the game in farming nti farming we're going to make farming sexy again farmers we a farmer you get a VIP card we do bank we do hospital say about preferential treatment saa card na so no wo no boy bia wo do a wo de back center no ye fa ne de back center ye ba ye way a ye evaluate na ye make sure say ye compliant to the friend a minimal acceptable requirement na ye the credits ni begu card no so for you to use the card in the region of Equia na we ye nti say wo eastern region na wo do koko a wontumi emfa card na man cry adenti because ye dey no control population say na mo man mo busuafo betena baby amoye Equia no now wo pension no say ye ba na woni 1 cedi kura da hokora mpo a woni hia bio na de ewu afri wiase me na me ka cho because $10 million project na ye be ye no ye de be hwe akuafo ye de bi be patamo a kire mo say de mo ye no ye nwure mfi ye because Ghana fo ni mo anni ni ye and I know why I'm saying that because many akuafo ehia wo mo kasa ya na me wura ho nti me ka kire mo monhwɛ m'anim yie me ne mo hyɛ bɔ sɛ yɛ ba woyɛ kuani a wode hwɛ na hwɛ de ba bɛsi obi ase 10 million ɛna ayi bibi te sɛ roundup wɔn mo chemicals a wɔn de yɛ ayi ne friend roundup no basis of it na te sɛ formaldehyde ne yɛde hyɛ nipa wu a yɛde yɛ embalming no the basis of roundup no nti saa nneɛma no nyinaa yɛbɛban ne yɛnhia Ghana ɛso so much sɛ yɛde nyansa yɛyɛ mechanized agriculture na yɛyɛ irrigational methods na yɛyɛ deɛ yɛba bɛyɛ ne sɛ yɛbɛyɛ cooperatives no sɛ yɛbɛbanche farmers together nti yɛwɔ farmer baako a ɔwɔ 1 acre baako a ɔwɔ 2 acres baako a ɔwɔ 3 acres a yɛde wɔn mu nyinaa bɛbom ne ayɛyɛ wɔn into a cooperative na because of mechanized farming no yɛadɔ bɛyɛ sɛ 5,000 acres na yɛama wɔn asupervise ne wɔn akyɛ afa na ɛka a government bɔɔyɛ no wɔn dɔ nnɔboa no a ɛreba no ne yɛte free mu so but yɛbɛma farmers na yɛ cooperatives that's an effective more efficient way of farming since obiara dɔ 1 acre or this kind of it just doesn't make any kind of sense nti that's we are revolutionizing agriculture totally obiara wayɛ agriculture da ɔyɛ farmer no so yɛ remfew nti that's na saa pesticides ne herbicides na ɛyɛ in conflict with pharmacology ni na yɛbɛban ne saa nneɛma ni na yɛnuse because there's no need to use it.
All right. Meba shalom question on na me say enye ayi. Okay, I say why do we think it's good to shut down all parliamentarians because they are wasting our resources?
Okay, maybe what he's saying is that we need to shut down parliamentarians because they're wasting our resources. Well, in a way, I agree to that, but we're not going to shut down all the parliamentarians because we need them to do some work. But what we are proposing is that out of the 275 parliamentarians, we scale it down to 64, not just say 4 per region. You don't need more than 4 parliamentarians to a region. And let me prove to you why you don't. Obi, Efia, and look here, Mamin Kasi Micho. The TN said parliamentarians know how to represent the people. Inti said if the people need service, any helper, parliamentarians nene mouthpiece a woman about parliament say yenye change this way for the benefit of the people. Now the a national development plan. National development plan requires to say ye pre-evaluate problems that will one time. Near the need now to paper so to say ABC dying. Near all the analysis I here into ye foundation and ye see dying with every region in mind. Into what problems are parliamentarian the ba parliament ye here because ye they are building national development plan. And a region biano and your region bia one region bia bewo inti at this school ne infant pemni wegehe ne holy no more any central region pe ye be duplicate sa level schools no ewo every region said you be or one off no in finding a need say so ba central region and san about good school so that way no we don't crowd Accra and Kumasi obia in their region abrochire wo ho region bia wo na hospital ni police ni say until you don't need an crofo wo Bronx Brooklyn crom call hoda all their whole life 25 20 30 years one call Brooklyn that they don't know where Brooklyn is it's a train ride 45 minutes and you're in Brooklyn they one call Brooklyn that because they don't need to adenti because we bi omu hia no wo Bronx until sa na eba be build the Ghana, every region be self-sufficient. You be decentralized be. So, into the need for parliamentarians, no, a back form. Into we your proposal and say, per 4 north, south, east, and west. 4 parliamentarians are one more be as a guardsman and a guardswoman. One more be my said development take on one be my a report and I feel so no obi the ebe use drones into say bridge be abu na enkoso there is a drone and them wiema my pictures that they call officer one more analyze share nyoma ekoso into that alone will tell us we need this obi friend no say hey Bridgeway said there's a problem. All you need is a drone shot, and you send the engineers there to take care of it. You don't need a parliamentarian. Why do you need a parliamentarian? Listen, the world is not at a point of artificial intelligence for nothing. We're going to use it. And less expensive, thousands less expensive using parliamentarians are every week be more 45 gallons of gas. I am more $100,000 V8. Almost to be more year nominate girls. No, we're not going to do that. It's a waste. So as you can chat parliamentarians by no, yeah, no development too. Yeah, betcha baby, legislature, executive, judiciary, baby, ministries ne cry, yeah, be consolidated. 10 ministries, so we say the 10 ministries spend ever. Yeah, consolidated ministries ni 9 to 10. Ni na yeah, the best one building.
Oh gosh. I'm just for me say mo be big. Looky, me patch say a question about this now. Kofi nti patch busa no mame.
Yeah. Me be say me go born e market way bi so.
Looky, before that no. We are me patch no ba rap e dia mame na makwa afia nso ho because I'm say agene time be brave na ye hwe na onko.
Okay. Yeah, Kofi supporters no me be so na me be so omote ase say ye na ye wa ha no for Ghana ye and Kofi etu ne ho asi so obeserve Ghana enti papa mo boni mo de o wote no na so ne de ye na ye tie bi no okoda no won ne ho a okọ ne ne mo no obehu de wo so o de ka ho ne de o yi free mo nti ya omonte ase say ye to ho a che na watu ne ho asi ho no ene yeso ye di bi ye den ka no ho. Kofi mentioned AI. Also, bro, as you know, AI and electrical automation here, my interest, and it's my future. Intimate AI, I say, and mete electrical automation, so I say. And I know, say, with good leadership, no, Sani Manini, bit me who be Ghana, as I said, you're Rwanda for a humbino, ain't check right, possible, but it's going to take leadership. And not than China, Obi mentioned constitution once, and me perceive me train adwene be so. I am suspecting, say, in the next few years, Parliament be try changing near maybe a constitution. Dear, who hear me pa ye baby or mu be change say ya who Obi Ghana or to me a MP and to me a president and all. Men support to, and I'll tell you why. Sa ade no so implement ya enya me ba na won wa ha na wo ba wa won wa ha no mu implement ama no wo na wo wo aban mu sese no wo am pese wo yire no mu nyem wo be wo Ghana no wo am pese wo ma be ko site to se de yen no ne yitiri anya yi ho ne ko e no a wo do wo dwane be wo ma wa adoche no wo pese da chi wo ni ko a wo ma nsu tumi nya tumi ebedi yes or Ghana. And nothing woman yet dedicated to change because all parliament no ukomwa about 90% all man Ghana all foreign citizens. It's me patrol say true say all person change this idea no constitution now what you approach no adwene will say oh and nunti wo betimi akoye MP kai who say you don't belong to their clan, you don't belong to their mafia group no more yes idea no unko benefit na mo ba a call Oxford any Cambridge ninti ni ye hye sa amra efutuo ye come too much into
no yeah, listen, you 100% right, and we are upon it.
Yes.
Look here, yeah, one more tricks in now who we deal with them.
Yeah. And no than China Obi mentioned pesticides, Roundup no. No crack do na ye spray gu ye nuane no so na cause cancer no me ade. But the big problem ye GMO no. Unsa organic enioma no. Ho nioma need to me fight pesticide, but GMO no because say any natural immune system be fight akate na nioma esi niema so eni na wuhia sa pesticides no. Unfortunately, and we are seeing now called GMO, and with the GMO not lacking the immune system to fight.
Looky, yeah, no watch GMO because any penny on the
oh, maybe I say
genetically modified organisms.
because in your yeah
menu de in Bagana de your friend abrofu kwadu ana say agreka be se me ma me abrewa bi tie bi a me can identify you know want you but me manu say agreka be ana abrofu kwadu na na ebro na say o mkoto a anybody no mutumu sa say enkoyie no esan say any natural fighting abilities no just a would they aniema spray nti say yebeyi sa chemicals na free just ye sa GMO genetic modifications and ye free agriculture system no and no I don't see how it's going to happen because it has really taken over the food supply chain.
Listen, to say the kind, it's all about leadership. Yeah, there's absolutely no need for GMO in Ghana. Me na make you listen. And some people hold my mom me can na eya hu inti mom me nya kan because what you say
Monsanto for head office
okay inti mom me to ebo ase
Matia say Kofi menya wa head ya me ma wonko
o de eche wo frame me na e di nkomo no matinio ma bi hu a kire no hu how crazy the system is o de
yeah me patropi sanitation.
Oh man, I love that. I love it. May baby I may tell what Latebi or Koshino. On the other side, opposite Kolebu Mochi, you know, sanitation a honey a diako. Inti needless to say our people are clueless. The plan I wanna say ye be sanitation ye fan kugu landfills muti said ye necessary no. Ye be yɛde bɛgu furnaces mu na yɛde bɛ create energy so power na yɛbɛ use in the industry na afia ɛne Luki power na yɛ factories ni yɛ bi nti sanitation they say ɛnoma na sisi so na ɛpɛkepɛke so say ya yɛni biribiara de yɛwɔ seriously say yɛwɔ industry a ɛneɛ would the chef and the provide the power, then you use it. So, yeah, na make us say, and they say, solar energy, no, co-bini contain who am any chrome has no, because solar energy, no, we say, a minimum can say, ye doom cania, and so ye were 1900 megawatts of extra power, or Ghana, minimum can say. In the other near doom cania, mismanagement. Yetua ho car ECG for deka over $600 million. 600. I mean, seriously? And so you're pre-E-levy home. So, well, masa, Zankofo enum, Emma pan yes, ye do more 2 tables, so na me car will be in Timasio. Mentio, ye me too. Obi, who's Obi.
We will put them away.
Nti we say na wabɛka yɛn ho wo ne afie na wabɛka yɛn obi de mu nya obi me am handle no na ɛma no ne yɛhia
me patropi Kofi ni among the supporters question ya me bisa Kofi mamu mubum for me
obi abufo bi ani ho de bisa me
Kofi me pesa me test with credibility in honesty.
Oh no go ahead.
As it is, and ya me no kasa ya wo Ghana. Ubetimi ahwe nyame animu pa aka kire Ghana ni a ote abrochire a wonne ne mate ha wo na somadwe no say omrefi won packing ne ma no as it is me ba to enya wo future Ghana na make count.
There be heck no. It's
me ba to year of return for no mo ka say ejimi wo ho. One say ya return them Ghana no one ka say ejimi wo ho.
Okay, uti de tie but mama misa one question. Hey, me name America for na fufuo pii omo baaye no. Omo say, man, it's a nice place, but we didn't do anything. But, I mean, one say I me no ka say, Muntio, Dr. Arekana, Winnie Arekana.
Yes.
Dr. Arekana Kwao. Well,
yeah.
On a group of 200 business people about Wakanda City, well, Cape Coast. Yama 5,000 acres. Say ran use build a city. But the big question is how do you build a city when you don't have an infrastructure? Efino said the efie beside efino he nebeko. Efino he tunnel be mu nebeko akofa. One more toilet ni wo musuo no tunnels be mu nenam. Ye need infrastructure no. And they certainly don't have the money to build that level of infrastructure. So, into your say, oh, you have returned, mumra. Mumra na mumeden. Dear na mumra na mume. As I say, you're building infrastructure, mobile, now you plug into the infrastructure. Yakasa mumra kaka. It doesn't make any kind of sense. I mean, tell me, Sameboa can't share me. How do you bring all your money, everything, and just drop in the system? And it's going to be incredibly difficult to set governments not up building infrastructure for private sector to work. Then it means private sector should be responsible for the infrastructure that public sector should have built. And if you build that, then how do you get the money to then put in your project? Pacho they make come not making sense.
Well,
looky. That's what I'm saying, because that was mine. That was a normal who be sagan and me be say it's mean to mrapia was bra if he say and my test
that's not true.
Any honest Ghanaian and says so say
looky wama omote onuma omoka na Ghana ye womu na ati abrichi na omoka Ghana ye no womu ma Ghana womu ba Ghana womu ho mfi womu. Next question.
All right. If you mama umra roll so quick now, so wrap it up. And I our question now for you. Yeah, because you're not na ha chapa.
Yo, Kofi, media and Kofo bino mu hia me pa sanse. Abuchire ye hu se san Kofo no omo special people ye dibu pa but Ghana no other leaders are making money now. Who say omuni any good implementation? Be omuni adebia
elderly ni aged and I mean, may say disabled ni aged.
Physical disabilities.
Say himself why na oko.
For no, man who say system no enim wa omo implementation papa be anywhere ye e de more me ehame. I think about these people. University,
oh my gosh. What do you mean Ghana government here, mom? If you my mount straight kakra. What do you mean Ghana government here, mom? Why be to say skateboards ama kwatafono no womo tete so no womo nam traffic light. I mean, this is a government.
But I don't think
skateboard.
I don't think
now Obi will be a suspect for me raiders too. Obi Anna girls young girls need free enough now. You do want to kaya you government now top pants ama womo see emfa now Obi will back this year will girl. Oh my gosh, it breaks my heart. 13-year-old no atop pan man say onfanye kaya yi. What dream mu count? What dream emu count? When I make microphone team say, oh, Kofi, where's the use no? We a government. What a pan ama a 13-year-old so onfanye kaya ye. What dream no emu count wana? Obeye sanu jume bia man no di besua basket weaving and be na ube coaching no one off no better the parents ho no no we free no after articulate mu 24 hours aban crying. Na foolish boy be a repuno. Masa, munhwe ni yo. Na okay, what the
right? I was
last week unse lady be ebe program Marie Boadu.
Right.
Or be push to adie bi na mpese me Kofi clarify mama or say Captain Smart ewa agenda o use for that agenda you belong to an NPP. The value is the same. Agenda you are going to fight for NPP for. How true is it? Because being an independent candidate, it may happen, say you then one particular political party. How true is it?
Oh, it's true. And true. Ubia sorry, I know KBB because they say in this woman who said chances are MPP is on its way out. Now NDC, now a look say one more. So long as Kofi Koranteng ni one the NDC na look say we move bedinti Kofi Koranteng a crofwe peja wamaya wild a woman na eba no ubi esro. That's all it is. And yet you obi a person ye bibi no diabetes. Na me intimate way we share many me here me and MPP for I can't stand them for I mean because woman yet the MPP and DC they are criminal organizations.
Kofi Ebi, I extend the invitation to you say join omo will be paying.
Of course, many times. And I'll never in my lifetime do it. I don't care if they gave me $100 billion unmarked bills. I wouldn't do it. You see, OBTO, and yes, he can't see Mekaye, say, or look here straight. Say, oh, no, last time when on Mark Bilson in NJ, listen to me. I'm not interested in money. So, I'm not interested in money. What I'm interested in is pride. Pride is say, yen so be mine, yen Ghana for yen so ye to me, aye bibi. He, abrochiri ya muwe, mobeka no krea anke semwara. Yase, with all your accomplishment, efia, look here, ene wu obi. Yase, die mwe tuye suya, ene ne mo accomplishing na, mudu bebia. They still look at you say, we a bibini, you don't deserve, you don't belong. It would have been fabulous to say, anka ye create an environment to be mamwa in more beauty and in your exceptionalism, no, mubetumi function in that regard, no, right here in Ghana. And so it be ni hosa, internet say more planting more flag, you know, ewo baby. But obi so abuse mo say if you are that good at ukrom na kwaye ukrom we in regard you crap in your own country and no na me di ho yaw because we know say we're good. So me I know I'm damn good and me kasa if somebody takes offense say oh he think he's overconfident and now he's arrogant, it's got nothing to do with that. I know what I'm worth. So, me know abrofo ye juma and I beat them at their own game. Inti I know what I'm worth. Inti se mimi krom wo mu hu me worth a na ya. So, ya se me call hospital. Me papa yare 94-year-old. Na owu na me pe cotton wu ni e 37 na minya bi. Ya. Inti sa ya ono na me dey running. Enye se me pesika. Inti wuntumi mfa sika mre Kofi Koranteng se onye na o meka yen ho. Because mono makoso Ghana for young boys wo Sahara. He said ma ye treat one wo Saudi Arabia. Ye be fam wo alaju heya near the mapa Saudi Arabia say mo ye be mamu juma mo be ye babysitters ne housekeepers ne ade. Ye ba na nkrofo wo mu repumu wo mo ye ma yakayaka de wi aye kumwagu so. Come on. Are you kidding me? You should all be supporting this movement. It is a mekasi eniabri and this is war. And yeah, I grow because people are being killed. So here now some clown beat baby back up and say, oh Kofi, Tobo Asina, you go wait in line and Massa, wouldn't many pay bread. Wouldn't boy say who was Sahara, Chrome Hakra ample, behe and Crawford and Namasi Hanum. Christmas ye be kumi, me peer cran am yamashimi, wouldn't be anti, we pay an Crawford channel. Me yario na say obi tume ba oba obi tume ba say one na many sika 20 cedis. Hey obi, come on, e komu etume di oba ma sebi or say wo oba bia na osresre ya menwi hu say we nice boy nti na oba na sresre komu na de no nti na osresre a kire o piska enya easy o. This is how we want Ghana to be. And listen, let me tell you something. Western region and wouldn't say a rich enough. If Western region were a country, it would be the 19th richest nation in the world. Wouldn't say? Do you guys know that? Western region resource from Cape Coast to Western region. Now here a kwanya wo befaso, wo car befaso. Wo beka se wo call war with Afghanistan. a choir a walk from Cape Coast to Takoradi. Ade. Na abrofo na ba, one more day helicopters. A 2 free crying near their Takoradi. 30 minutes, 40 minutes near their Bellande. One woman near be sit dying. Ewo baby, because one more year development be near 2 a day no akọ form near 2 mu gold. Na enkrofo te hono ma sebe a dime cry come on, this is wickedness, man. And then you catch him say
Kofi say
back you up. Broby, the Kofi come Western region no. Mami me call half a sene on. Na baby Abidjan ne ye ho wa Jomoro baby na say MP no ho aba asem no. So we call Western region no. Now we call half a sene Jomoro na anadwo. Wo hwe nkania pa edi agro wo pono so Ghana. Water bodies in this one. And now some kids wo.
Wow.
And now some kids wo. Helicopter ne and I say, Nasa Ghana Kwampon yet Air Force Navy doesn't have this level of machinery and resources.
Oh, you are.
Western region one more answer no. Maybe because polio existed in Western region. Oko half a senior and now me no kasaya we are seeing na about the close ya eradicate polio no. Polio exists in Ghana and is in the Western region and is in Jomoro and is in Oberkonkolas in some form more my yet.
Now wouldn't look wouldn't be into look you wouldn't be into
From what it was told to me, you know, a bimufi say or for some reason almost free say almost was some rituals and some belief.
That's not it. Luki, let me tell you what the truth is. Na ye na mukase Kofi Koranteng abodama. This is why I'm abodam no. Muntie. Obi Winim said they intentionally create sa artificial situation to allow for more white people to be seen in the region. Say ye ba bebuamo near the area. Winim sa. Come on, man. Come on, man.
This was my experience.
Wait. Look at me back. Okay, said they intentionally. Who do you mean say more intentionally?
Any government. Now why no power? Why no power? Broni betumi afini kro ma ba be bibi or Ghana without the government knowing. And you being a feminist, Luki, ebia winim the Navrongo experiment. Luki, do you know about the Navrongo experiment?
About FGM?
By the friend Depo Navarra. Winim.
No.
Okay, the Navrongo experiment was done by a scientist Ufia Bruche Baya. One more year say one more year testing biwo e ma egu Navrongo no so. Winim de na no one more year. Na one more stante one more reproductive organs. Said you to me. The government knew about it and it allowed them to go and read about it. One more year free internet so we year research power be kona kwa Navrongo experiment. We are feminists, I thought say you would know that.
Well, most of the work I've been associated with in the northern region have been about female mutilation, genital mutilation.
Yeah. Mommy has said
Maybe hold on. Me pese obe forwarded that link and I'm married.
Me
Why? I'm married. Looky, you spend 3 hours, 3 whole hours. You jikufi a time, papa. Me gidi say, mema no de waka the echato anzana marapia pa ma yako. Kofi me pacho utnya sa link na send ma me nemu no mema.
Me pulling it up this year.
Okay.
Accelerating reproduction.
Next week, go.
Me try no. So you're available.
Say, me bank quadias. She say, Luki abekayo, Luki bekayo.
On there, always.
Now, Luki 3,000 signatures. He used to my bio. Now, Ghana, Luki. We honestly, Luki. I'm not here to be a president. I'm here say ye be GMI. That's all. That's all I'm interested in. Looky, me president be ne due. Me pe say yes, sa trend na ye kono. one more say on mine, one more tone mine, hey, yeah, you want tabino, you bet me a tuaco, but one more woman in tabino, one more bay a day. So,
well, I can guarantee you, say, within if you want 3,000 signatures, there are enough 15-year-olds who will be 18 in the next elections. Wink, wink.
Matthias, until now, I'm boy. Why, Mr.
Minim say what the one we see and I will be a final.
The American say, Abridged for Moma boy, as I say, ye hear more. Munyi sika, mumwa resources, because a quiet queen. Let me tell you something, midway baby obi. Mwa mabesi nyapadie, mwa nyapadie wa Ghana no. Sa mu nyapadie ni na it was gonna go to waste. Say yen to me and stop the hemorrhaging of Ghana. Inti se woba na obeboa yen na uso yasne a enye your friend saying enye waste of money. Protecting wo investment. So inti brana beboa yen na yen protect investment wo waye. Because as our government we at 83% and climbing no yanhwe ye kakra bi pe economy no ebe faili ebe call the point of no return we japade no wuntumi memmetene because we ba no obi de ayi machete gina ho o de be hwu tirim age wo sika nti you don't have a choice in this matter brabe poa yen ye hia sika ne de akonkurase wanso utumi ka kire wabusuafo wo nkurase wo mmra kofikoranteng.com wo mo join ye Telegram page wo mo ka yen ho ne push word ne out na amanfo yen soja gaon se awia beye no be fo awia be fo gaon ne yen fan change de ye ti obi lucky afia nyamishira mo yedamase pa se mama ye ni age na ewom se sometimes na tempest no na look you there that prove we beba no we there me say ko kind the Navrongo experiment maybe e was so yeah Navrongo experiment per comes they say accelerating reproductive and child you have to dig and I'm going to send you the drug I know they want for your friend a depo provera
yeah depo provera minimpa me into pharmaceuticals into minimpa.
Oh gosh, God is good, thank you inti masa eno na wom didi wom be yes sa doctor na wo patent to sa de no no be test e wo so a ode boni odi be di wo na vrongu ho kum enkola ne ma
mesra wo say obe forward the link na mama because me
uko google me call google se si a me bie ye pa bie uko na vrongu experiment pa e be bie uko google pa me bie
me course be me person ka metro article
you should yeah one yi articles ni pie free online okay and so no ebi wo hostel remnants ni pie wo ho nti abusiafo ye damase nyame hira mo na anytime bia so let's get the conversation going again nti ye damase.
All right, Kofi, me that's say you to free o buy as a matter of fact why are there when you betting us about 3 hours ago. Abusiafo Kofi Koranteng aspiring mekase aspiring president Alba and as a mekase onam kwanso Alba 2024 obi gina enti nkoma ye
obi we can na nka wa council so say oh me de meto aba ma Kofi mema mabusuafo nya
Kofi ye ni nkoma wa achi why ye ni nkoma wa achi
mate
bedi enkomo as for mo amunya ba ya mo behwe nyina ya da mu nyina amase citizen Kwame Shalom nana hema onso ose uhwe Ephraim Italy ya da wase se onso so
nana hema ye chia o nana hema ye chia o
bebre kwa na nana ne dini yese ma me hwe nana Akoloso Harriet Pepra fast mu amantimi amomudi nyina mo fa ncheme ewa ha amantimi ankan wo message ni so a fa chame Kofi I wish say next time you to nsa frɛ wa say be
ubeti ya ye abusia
eso
ye beba nyame hira mo bye bye
that's it bye for ahana ne ekoso dwumadi no ye de besi nyame adoma next week ye be try na ye de another program enso aba ye beto nsa afre Kofi biem emrepa mu no ne ahwe so betimi aba wa wonya kwan e de hwe mu nyina meda mu nyina mase obia e ma bye.